like button. Share this content. Let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Mama said that there will be days literally just like this. You know, it's okay to be mad. You know, it's okay to have anger, to reserve that energy. You know, quick temper, cooler heads prevail. And if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, right? But you still got to have some type of aptitude, right? You got to have some type of mindset to trigger certain things. We're going to talk about that. Come on with it. 5, 4.
Run from it.
Destiny.
Destiny to run.
All the same, baby. But now, four. All of it. Shout out to you, JV boy. Oh, Sheila. I see you as well. JV boy, Joey, Mr. Range Rover. Regina, I see you, baby. King, what we tell him, baby? I got beans and bologna. Three. Come on with it. The longest intro in the land, baby. Come on. 2.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And 1. All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Appreciate each and every last one of you all. It is stated that I read somewhere that it says be slow to anger, right? And it's okay to have a little anger. It's okay to have a mindset that you can say to yourself, hey, damn it, I got you. No, it's okay. But don't be quick-tempered because a lot of things can happen just like that. And if you watch the Diddy documentary brought to you by Curtis 50 Cent, you know, Curtis 50 Cent been going in, didn't he? You know, I said, God dog, boy, that Diddy, that damn Diddy. Oh, my goodness.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
That boy calculated according to 50 Cent's points of view, right? So happy holidays to each and every last one of you all. Appreciate you guys so much for jumping in. The answer to this conversation today, are you mad enough? Coach state that we are building something here. Now, this is his first year. And what I don't like is some of the ways. I appreciate it. It gives us a human element of coach, right? It gives us a way we can tap into a certain situation and say, all right, he's human enough. Instead of, how you doing, guys? Or just like anything, right? So it is that part of it. but it can come off as disingenuous. It could come off as his personality trait that he's not focusing enough. And I like the way Toxic Tom represented the fact that you got to hate losing more than you love winning. Let me say this again. You got to hate losing more than you love winning. And yes, we do have a slew of Pro Bowl guys that we can go over. And of course, we're going to re-talk the conversational piece about, dare I say, the left tackle deal, which got some good interactions with you all. And I get it. Everybody wants to be right. What we want to do again, with the 13th pick of the NFL draft, the Dallas Cowboys select left tackle from, Penn State or whoever, the best left tackle in this draft class. I don't know. Do you guys want to see another offensive lineman, drafted with the Cowboys in the first round? You let me know. And then they can kick slide Tyler Guyton to the right side. Or is that something that you guys want to hear and see all over again? Offensive lineman, boys, you can't go wrong with that. Just saying. I need to know before we get into our main entree here. Appreciate you. Is it Tyler? Appreciate you. We need all defense, man. Yeah. And we ain't talking about the varieties of a, dare I say, Mozzie to a degree. Samuel Williams, he's my guy, but we haven't been drafting well as it relates to on the point and right now defensive players that can get ready and get busy. Because the last time we did that, it was a guy that was drafted from Penn State, and his name was Michael Parsons, right? Caleb Downs, safety, OSU. Shout out to you. Jack Velli in this piece. All eyes on me. Fix this defense. The Taco Charltons. Yeah, that's crazy. Coming off of a good season. Coming off. We do draft bad coming off of a good season, right? Ruben Bain Jr., yeah. Not a fan of the offensive line in the first round, but I wouldn't be mad as others, okay?
What's your point?
No.
Okay,
wrong.
So what?
No, wrong button.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you.
We was once two content creators at the same time, quick to holler at the offensive line with the same line. Yeah. But O-line for your mind. That's what we be drafting, baby. But neither here nor there. Let's get right to the point here, and let's get to this conversation piece. And a lot of people can look at this and say, man, I don't like a jolly coach.
Hey, listen, I did see you guys moving. Hey, you guys look pretty damn slow coming from the locker room. I will say that. I got a lot of shit to do tonight. I got third down to do. I got some. I mean, we need to make this thing go a little bit.
Clarence Hill, DLS Cowboys. Is Todd coming in?
Yeah.
Here you come. Okay. Yeah, come on. Come on. Todd's late.
I thought it was Roger Staubach again. I'm a little disappointed it was just you, Todd.
All right, now, do you want that mean, stern coach that he sours at the face? Or do y'all like the jolly coach? I just need to know from you all, Do y'all like that mean, stern coach? Like, we're out of the playoffs. We had a down year, right? Because he's not getting to the postseason. You should be mad, Or do y'all like that type of coach, Yeah. Because some of us look at this, we'll look at a game, and we be mad, and the players be cheering on the sideline, happy-go-lucky. I ain't going to even hold y'all. My coach growing up, the only time you can make him smile and get happy is when we win. Boy, when we lose, Lord have mercy. Shoot, you better not say anything to Coach. Boy, you got doggone scared. You thought you was under you thought you was under dictatorship, man, and why you keep kicking? Why you laughing? That used to be my coach saying, you're laughing. That's the energy you should have used out there on the field. Coach used to say, the fool laughs first. Yeah, Chuckle used to be mad, man. Our coach, boy, hey, true story. We hated him during the process, but we respected him after the process. You know, I'll never forget my brother his senior year, and we had lost really bad in the game. We lost real bad. And my brother was like, he was pissed off. My oldest brother, he was pissed off. And he was just throwing his cleats and his stuff down, and he says, you should have put that energy on the field, you know. And true story, my brother rolled up on him, and he said, Wilbert, that was the assistant coach, don't hold me back. Let me at him. and he had a whole bunch of other people in the middle of the road. We was on this bus, and they were trying to get up and say, no, Bente, don't go at coach, don't go at coach. And my coach was like, let him go. I'm going to break his back. I would never forget. I'm going to break his back. Y'all had to be there to see it, man. And the reason why I'm talking like that, that's how he talked too. Always yelling. You'd think that he had that damn microphone. Even when you see him without the microphone, you think he had the microphone. And he was just always on 10, you know. Never really happy. The only way you make him happy unless you win. And when you graduate, and you had to graduate with a good 3.0 GPA, you know. B. Bird said this coach need a stern. This coach is soft. That I can say. If to a degree, Mike McCarthy was a little lackadaisy on some of the players. And that's why, in my opinion, discipline showed up. To a degree, I think that my guy Schottenheimer, we just going to be a heavily penalized team because he's going to be a little lax on the players. I think that we are now in the gentle parenting society overall. I think we don't get those type of coaches. JD from DC, I just want a winning coach. Is that too much to ask for? I don't know, man. Shotty is another Jason Garrett without that. How you doing, guys? Well, at least he give you a process, and it is. Jamal says it's a learning process, but not to hijack all of this. But I'm just saying, and I gave y'all a little feedback of the great Doc Woods, who was the coach, a legend at Mississippi Valley. And his claim to fame was, I was a legend before Jerry Rice. Because they went to the same college or what have you, and he's way older than Jerry Rice, by the way. But he said, I am the original legend. I'm the original fast one. I can run so fast that I can be in bed before dark. And when I'm walking on campus, if I step on the grass would die behind my feet. I'm a legend. I'm Legend Doc Woods. that was my coach right there, man. Let me listen to the rest of this.
You're good.
Does anything change toward your approach for the final two games following yesterday's game?
No. You know, I talked to the guys today. Right now, our
Keith,
focus is on
what's up?
playing the Commanders and get a chance to do it on a short week, which is something that we're pretty good at because we've done it quite a bit with our Thursday games. But no, at the end of the day, man, we're playing to win, and you know that's just at the end of the day, that's not just my philosophy. That's what these guys want to do. Like, they want to play. If you listen to our guys, they want to play. They want to play well. They love one another. They care about one another. Clarence, I think that's for me that's really cool.
You move Eberflus from the field to the box. How do you think the defense played? How did that work for you guys? Clearly, you didn't get to the quarterback. You blitzed more than you have most of the season, and you still did not get a quarterback who did sack more than anybody on the ground.
Yeah, I think operationally it was good. I thought, the operation of it was good. We certainly didn't play well enough, really, in any of the three phases to get the win. The pressure on the quarterback, I mean, it seems like we talk about this every week. And
Right.
It's so important, like you have to be able to get the pressure on the quarterback. And I think when you look at it, there's a lot of factors. I thought we won some one-on-ones and he got out. Herbert's an athletic guy and he's big and he's long, and we lost some rush lane discipline. We blitzed some more. They picked it up.
Big and long, man. Crazy.
But it's certainly not to the level that we want or expect. And that's one of the reasons why when you look at where we are with creating turnovers, it starts with that. We have to hit the quarterback to make him make errant throws or to get strip sacks. And so, we all have to own that. I start with that as the head coach, and I know Flus and White Cotton feel the same way, that we have to be better.
All right, so, yeah, you can't be mad all the time. I get that comment there. Appreciate you. Yeah. But the 3 times we've been successful, well, the 2 times, Tom Landry wasn't a happy-go-lucky person. He was stern. They call him Plastic Man, because he was so rigid, right? Shout out to Hollywood, And he didn't want Hollywood on the team because he didn't want to shave, right? And that was a thing back in the 80s, before a lot of you guys' time. But when they won, they expressed their expressions. And Jimmy was the same way. Jimmy used the psychology aspect of it. He was a stern. You got that little grit on his face, and you never wanted to make it about X, Y, and Z because he'll punish you.
Regina
Let
Green,
the AI speak.
$427.05. Players and coaches have lost appreciation and gratitude. A lot of them have the mindset of, do you know who I am? It takes out the hunger.
It does, Regina. It does. It takes out the hunger. And I think that when players always was going to make more money in general, in principle. But the coaches, you can tell that some of their authority and their power was wiped away once players became more of a entity than the damn coaches. So I get what you're saying. Yeah. And on top of that, if we go back to Bill Parcells, he was his presence didn't allow you to joke when you get into those particular arenas, right? It was like, to a point, even with Tom Coughlin with the Giants, not to bring up the Giants, but some of those old stern coaches, their presence, know that you wasn't going to joke around with them, even from the media aspect. You're not finna ask no bullshit questioning, right? That you had to make sure that either if you want to be on time, you got to come early. If you're on time, you're late. That type of conversation. Yeah. But I know that those years are many a moons away. And yes, Max says Landry had the military mindset, right? Man flew planes and stuff and fought for this country and beyond. So, yeah. And then Jimmy Johnson, he came with pedigree of winning in the collegiate area, right? And came into a hornet's nest because he had to be successful. People was ready to run him up out of here year 1. Year 2, people were still scratching their heads. It took about 3 to maybe 4 years before people said, you know what, we buying in to this slick guy, because a lot of people was giving a lot of resistance. So now we fast forward to Schottenheimer, not Hootenheimer, right? And now people are looking at him like, hey, we do appreciate the human element, right? And none of these coaches this season asked for this season to be on their bingo card the way it exhibit and exude. From 9-4 doing the 9-4 thing that happened a couple of weeks ago or last month, right? And for number 11 to not be here and a whole bunch of other stuff. So we can lean on, hey, those levels of excuses, right? Or we can sit back and say, you know what? We're going to dust this off. We're going to keep moving and get things going. Right. Max says, I saw Parcells punch a rookie offensive lineman in the back for false starts at training camp. That man didn't play. Yeah. And to Schottenheimer's defense, we seen people in practice have a false start and he put them in the back of the line. Right? We seen the quarterback, the starting quarterback, throw an interception and he says, okay, now you're out of the rotation. So Shotty got piece of it, but we don't know how much the influences above have of it, right? And Sean says Shotty hands are tied. What I would love to see from Schottenheimer going into 2026 season is a little bit more autonomy over who will be your defensive coordinator.
To get it done, or is it a scheme thing?
No, we have the personnel to get it done, and we have the scheme. We just haven't done it. And again, that starts with us as coaches.
Brian Tudorch with ESPN, back on whether guys play the last 2 games. How much do you weigh the downside of playing the guys, and if something were to happen like you've seen with Mahomes and stuff like that the last
Yeah, again, I mean, because you guys keep asking me about it, I think about it more than I probably want to. I'd be lying about that. But, you know, again, at the end of the day, you know, we're in year 1. And, you know, we've done some things that we're proud of this year. There's been, you know, certainly not the success in the win-loss column. That's very evident. We're disappointed about that. But again, you know, I'm fueled by the fact that we get to play an NFC East opponent this week and then next week, and you know, we want to win and to sustain some success, and we have a chance to potentially go 5-1 in the division. You know, I mean, you know, this is the NFC East, and so that's something that motivates us. And you know, again, at the end of the day, when you look at this season, there's going to be good things, there's going to be bad things, but we're playing to win, and our players are all about that. That's what the culture we're trying to build.
I would never be a cheerleader of tanking. Never. Organically, maybe. Maybe. Because draft selection and your positioning counts more now than you winning, right? Let's just be real. These are things that we don't want to say publicly, right? But your draft selection in these last 2 games, and you definitely don't want to give a Washington team or the Giants any type of conversation of saying, hey, man, we beat y'all. You know, we beat the brakes off of y'all. So that is a difficult position to be in. Very difficult. But to be fair to everything, you didn't wake up this week and said you wanted to win. Because the want and the desire to win should have been even against Arizona. It should have been even against Carolina. It should have been even with the other teams like the Minnesota Vikings. But we're in a very difficult, strange area on our bingo card. You know, I got another super chat. Let the AI speak on it.
At QWN Cowboy Sports $4,189.05. Law, that game I watched last night. Why can't our players play with the same violence as other teams? Our players are too much like ballerinas.
Culture. When we people do what the leader do. Even if you try not to. Who's the leader of this team? As above, so below. A lot of people would not like this. But it's the small things that grow into larger things, and it becomes the ideal. It's the little things. Jimmy knew, and I hate to go back over 30 years ago, that Troy Aikman was a damn good quarterback. Jimmy Johnson knew that. But Jimmy chastised Troy to a point that he was never afraid to call him out in meetings. He was never afraid to say, hey, we're going to start Burline, or hey, at the time, even when they brought in Rodney Peete, the brother with the good arm, Rodney Peete was slinging that ball, and people were like, hey, Troy, you better be at practice. That Tyrone right there got an arm, man. Oh, my gosh. Wash, all of those boys. So Troy was controlled under a real coach. No peer-to-peer coaching, no pats on the back, and this is not me taking an aim at Dak, by the way. But this is me collectively saying the mindset. So Troy knew that Jimmy said that based off of practice, I'm benching Troy Aikman. But when Jerry caught wind of this, Jerry goes to the podium, and the same media people that throws these type of conversations around now did the same thing back in the 90s. And they asked Jerry Jones, hey, we just got through talking to Jimmy, and Jimmy said that Troy will not start this weekend. And Jerry gets up there and says, no, Troy will start this weekend. Immediately, you cutting the balls off your head coach. You cutting the authoritative figure from the head coach. And even as small as that may be, as small as it may be, the things that happening now are at its all-time height of what Jerry do as it relates to talking in the media, giving the media more and more info, giving the people more and more details. So the players, they can circumvent that, and they will still go to Jerry and put their demands and requests in. And they will override the coach, even on the smallest decision. But how it should work is that what Schottenheimer said should be final. It shouldn't be no maybe. It shouldn't be let me check in. It shouldn't be, hey, let me see about this. Let me talk about the money sides of this, because now everything is circumvented between Schottenheimer, Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones, to a degree. And if you want to throw Willie in there, you can throw Willie with Clay in there. You got to have one person that can say something and it ceased everything. I shouldn't tell the kids it's time to go to bed, and then they start lobbying to moms and them and saying, well, Dad said it's time to go to bed, but can I get 15 to 20 more minutes to be on my tablet? It shouldn't be that. But that is the cultural way of the Cowboys. These guys know how to circumvent and go to Jerry or go to Steven or go around from Schottenheimer to get things done. And that trickles down. But when you look at other teams, they know for sure that their salary can't save them, that experiences as far as me being a veteran can't save them, that the only thing that can save them would be to fill the play. And that's just the reality of it. I make more money than you. I'm going to be granted and given an opportunity to play over you. That's the Cowboys way. I got more experience than you. They paid me, and they have to have the need to be right. I'm going to play over you. That's the Cowboys way. And it trickles down, whereas other teams don't have that. Now, I'm not saying you ultimately can't win with the way that we are operating and moving, but we got now 30 years of an example of that. 30 seasons of an example of that. So that's just for where it is. Unfortunately. That's why you see in other teams, you couldn't use, hey, Jacksonville Jaguars got a rookie coach. What did they do this year? You can't use Chicago Bears got a rookie head coach. What did they do this year? But damn it, you can still use for the Cowboys where, hey, man, we got a rookie head coach. Things have been convoluted. Things got in the way. We just got to fall on these mistakes and use these as bevies of excuses. Hey, the defense still trying to learn the scheme. Hero, naysayer, it's week 15. You still trying to give the defense trying to learn something? No other organization do that. Unfortunately. We do, though.
Second half, the last 2 weeks, you've not scored a touchdown. There's a lot of talk about the defense, but how much does that kind of bother you and hit it home for you?
Yeah, no. I mean, I was very disappointed with, the way, we played in the second half yesterday, and I just felt like, we had a good drive, and the 4th and 1 call, didn't go the way we wanted to, and I've thought that one over and over a lot, and I give them credit. They made a good play, and but you're always critical of yourself, like, what if I would have done this? What if I would have done that? But really, the biggest thing that slowed us down, Todd, I think, was untimely penalties on third down. This game got away from us, guys, with time of possession. I told the guys that this morning. I said, we didn't play this game on our terms. They possessed the ball for 35 minutes, and it's been 33-something. And why? Well, we didn't convert third downs, and we couldn't get them off the field on 3rd and 4th down. And this team, when you do that, the way that they can run the ball and the explosive plays that they made, it's not a good recipe.
So with that being said, do you look at the end of the half where how the game had started and they've had these long drives and shoot up the clock to steal a possession there at the end of the half? Would you have called a timeout?
No, I don't think so. Like I said, there's a little gamesmanship, Todd, where you get down there where you kind of make them make a decision. But once the ball gets to a certain area of the field, then you do burn the timeouts. I feel very comfortable with that. I think I was very pleased with how we started the game. I mean, they deferred to us. We took the opening drive, went right down the field, scored a touchdown, and we kind of kept answering back and forth. And then, the second half, we faltered on offense, and ultimately that caught us.
John Michelle with The Athletic. What happened with Quinnen Williams' neck with that getting added to the injury report on Saturday?
Yeah, he got through the protocol, and then on Friday, like you do, you're going to go out there and move around and hit some things, and his neck got sore, and so it happens. And at the end of the day, it was close, and with the short week coming, it just made more sense to not play him.
Yeah, them sore necks, man.
After the game, Shea Clowney had a pretty interesting quote talking about what motivates him to keep playing. Obviously, through these last 2 games, Dak has done the same. I was wondering if you ever have some of those veteran-type guys talk in front of the team, or do you leave that kind of stuff up to them to do individually?
No. I mean, I think they do a lot of that in the locker room. I mean, that's very distracting. I mean, can you ask the question? No, I'm just kidding. I heard the question. You're good. No, again, you know me. I'm big on player leadership. When I talked to the guys the other day about, after walkthrough, I said, hey, there's a chance we come to meetings tonight that we'll have been eliminated from the postseason. After I mentioned that, I had Dak kind of call him up, and he talked about that. But, look, the best locker rooms are player-led, man, and we've got some great leaders and great stories, and I'm aware of some of the things that our guys have said. And like I said, that's where I point to the fact that these guys want to play. This is a game that's given them so much, and this is a game that, they love playing this game. We all know this roster will not look the same. This team won't look the same next year. That's life in the National Football League. So, we've got 2 more opportunities, and I'm excited to actually run around hopefully a little bit tomorrow and get ready to go.
What do you think of Tyler Smith yesterday?
I thought he's an amazing player.
Did he do another interview today, or this is the one that was live? Because I'm quite sure. I think I saw another interview. Let me be sure, because I don't want to rehash some of this stuff that we already talked about. Let me go to their page. Appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. And we are off. Okay, so this is the most recent interview. Okay, great. Just want to make sure.
To do what we did against that group, obviously you guys were, talking about the last couple of weeks. We haven't been protecting Dak very well, and again against a really, really good front. I thought we played really well across the board and kept Dak really clean. And Tyler's just an amazing player.
If Sean Harris says 8-8-1 is our short-term goal, and they'll be right on par. They'll be right on par with this organization. They'll be right on par because this will go back to the 8-8, 8-8, 8-8 Romo years, right? And those 8-8, 8-8, 8-8 Romo years, you can literally look back at the kind of caliber of defense that we had, right? And if you think about it, it was in the whims of having the same type of philosophy. Was that the Monte Kiffin years and the Rob Ryan, which, believe it or not, that was when Matt Eberflus, he was under that regime, right? I had VA Cowboy that hit me up the other day and said, yeah, man, Law, have you noticed that Rob Ryan, when he was here, one of his offsprings was Matt Eberflus. And I said, no. And then I looked it up and I said, damn, he's right. I was putting Matt Eberflus on the regimes of Rob Marinelli and them, but he came from Rob Ryan's experiences. So this all makes sense. This is nothing new to him. This is where this defense been at under his leadership in some shape, form, or fashion. He's a retread, and it goes to this point. The Cowboys, the word insanity is doing something over and over again, expecting different results. Not saying that cover 2 defenses don't work or will never work, but the principles of it that we terraformed the cover 2 defense into a cover 3 defense, but then the cover 3 defense dissipated when we brought in Mike Zim, who had the double A gap blitz, mug, and all of this stuff. And technically speaking, Mike Zim was able to get more with less, but if we really contextualize it, that damn it, even Mike Zim wasn't considered a retread from what we used to have in 05 and 06 in there. You know what I'm saying? So we haven't, as fans in the 30 years, 30 seasons, north of 10,000 days, if you add that all together. Can somebody do the math? How many days have it been? My quick math tell me about 10,000 and some change days since 1995. We really haven't changed anything. We are hovering around 8-8, 500 team. Believe it or not, we have been the same thing, full circle. Yeah. The circle of life. Humanada, mazada. That's what we been doing, So we seeing shades of this before. This is nothing new. Yeah. Dak is a bald-headed Romo with more muscles, right? Same stats, same win to loss ratio. If you really just slice it in half, same type of situation as it relates to every now and then you get a run game, right? But this team had the inability in the last 30 years, 30 seasons to correct and get this damn defense into the top echelons. This is where we at, baby. Yeah. Shotty is the new Jason Garrett, Yes, indeed. Just more. He's the updated version. Have you ever seen one of them chat GPTs or one of those AI things and they say, this is the 3.0, well, now we're using the 5.0. That's where we at. Yeah. Bull Dizzy says it's been 11,000 days since 1995. Yeah. So 30 years, 30 seasons, 11,000 days, and we haven't changed. Yeah. Damn law, 10,950. Okay, to be exact. Come on with it. So over 10,000 days, 30 years, 30 seasons, and we have still been the same, regardless of how you slice it in half. And that's Stephen A. Smith. Now, his hairline been the same, right? His hairline and forehead been the same. And he said, accident waited to happen. You can book it. You can bet on it. That brother been right for over 11,000 days or 10,000 days. It is crazy, ain't it?
Nick Harris, four-star Telegram. Ryan Flanoy was talking earlier about how you guys avoided major injury with his knee. Just kind of talk about the range of emotions over the last 24 hours with.
Yeah, really worried about it. It was one of those deals where, they took him in, they evaluated him, they just kind of really weren't sure. And he's had the knee, I believe, I'm pretty sure. He's had that knee repaired before. But, we were actually in game plan meetings this morning when I got a call from Jim because he knew I wanted to know. And he gave us the great news about Flo. And so I did what most people that care do. I picked up the phone and called Flo and told him I loved him and how excited I was, and a bunch of the guys in the room started going crazy and pounding the table. But let's talk about this for a second, the development of that young man. I mean, he had a touchdown yesterday. He gets another one called back. That's an incredible catch, probably maybe one of the best catches I've seen in a while. And just the way he's playing and the confidence he's playing with, he deserves all the great things that are coming his way, and I think he's just getting started.
With Tyler Smith at left tackle, are these next 3 games experimental in any way of potentially going into the offseason with that as an option moving forward?
Yeah, again, I mean, you watch Sis play and you see how these guys function, and we know he can play out there. We're not surprised. I'm not surprised. But, again, at the end of the day, we made the move because we thought it gave us the best chance to win these next 3 games. And, it's going to be, like I said, for the next, 2 games now. And we'll evaluate everything, no different than scheme and all that stuff. We'll evaluate everything once the season's over.
Tommy R, ShoutoutCowboys.com. Javonte, 9 carries yesterday. Did he re-aggravate something with the shoulder that was bugging him last week?
No, he got banged on the check down. Dak threw him a little check down. He kind of got banged on it, but nothing with that. I just think, again, at the end of the day, you have the ball for 25 minutes. I ran the ball in the first play of the second half, and we lost 3 yards, and I think I got away from it, started pitching it around a little bit too much, but it was more the time of possession than anything. I mean, it's hard to get anything going with 25 minutes time of possession.
And then with some of the other guys, DeMarvion in the protocol, is that something you're expecting will probably?
Yeah, it's a tough week, short week. It's a tough week, so I think we're holding our breath if we think he'll be able to play, but we'll see. But it's tough with a short week.
And then just Thursday games overall, with this being your 4th one this year, you playing Thursday games before in your
Four Thursday night football games. That's wild. I know that does a crazy thing to your body and mind. We talked about the schedule makers. Let's see if I can pull this up. It's not going to get easier. It's not going to get easier. Arizona, Jacksonville, San Fran, Tennessee. It's not going to get easier. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Carolina, Tampa Bay. Not going to get easier. Houston, the Indianapolis Colts, Rams, Seattle, Chicago, Green Bay, Detroit. It's not going to get easier, y'all. You going to have to figure out a way to establish that toughness, that grit. Arizona feel like the redhead stepchild that was left out of this particular division. People fail to realize they used to be in the NFC East. So they are rivals of us, even though they've been whooping us and taking us to the woodshed since 2017. Jacksonville Jaguars, grit team. They got the damn coach got trigger Lawrence over there. 'Cause I don't want to call him Trigger Trey, but he Trigger Lawrence over there. He got him dealing this year. Next year, I'm lead to believe that they're going to have a more momentum and be even better. San Francisco, we don't have to go down talking about that conversation. We know who they are. They are our real rivals. You know, they can't stand us and we can't stand them. Bloods and Crips and Bloods. You know, that's just for what it is. Tennessee, maybe. But I'm looking at this list right here. That Pittsburgh, woo! Steelers, we can't stand one another. We play each other rough, rugged. Right? Baltimore, the Ravens, whether it's at their house or we at our home, I was there that day. The last game that we ever played in Irving, I believe it was in Irving, yeah, that stadium. I was there the day we played against the Ravens. And they had two guys named McClain. And I feel like they're still running on us. They ran through us and they beat the brakes off of us. Carolina, we saw what they just did to her this season. So it is for what it is. We got to be ready for 2026. And we got to get our licks back on some of these teams. Virgil says Tennessee is the only team that look like we can beat them. And they got the kid. They can run a little bit, the quarterback. We make every quarterback look like all pros. It's time out for that. I'm ready to bring Doomsday defense back. I'm ready to bring the 90s version defense back. I hate seeing defenses giving up touchdowns on every damn drive. Or multiple points, multiple yards, just going back and forth with us. I hate that to the fullest. I know our offense going to be okay. I need for my defense to at least next season just make a promise to us that they be at least top 10 and top 15. I can't take this no more. In 2 years back to back in the 30s, I can't take this no more, Jerry. Do what it takes. There's no salary cap as it relates to finding a good defensive coordinator. If you have to rob, steal, kill, man, go get us one of these guys, man. They got grit, that eat bricks for breakfast, you know? That put their foot sideways up these players. You know what? I'm tired of being represented as the soft boys. Go find that man, Jerry. I would rather have a great defense and a terrible ass offense than a great offense and a terrible ass defense. That's just me, man. At least we can say, look what we did to the other side, you know? Man, we can't even talk over here, putting up 40 points and still losing. Or putting up 30 points, averaging 29 to 30 points a game, and you're still losing. And then when you finally score 17 points, everybody looking at your offense now. No, I would rather, man, shoot. Damn, that's a good defense, man. They ain't gonna get blown out. I saw somebody in the chat said, man, Campo wasn't that bad when we had him. Well, we had Tony Banks and them out there throwing the ball. Drew Henson. Ryan Leaf coming out of rehab throwing the ball, you know. Sure, we had some terrible offenses during that time frame. But at least we can say, man, at least the game wasn't demoralizing. Jeez. And then when we had Parcells and them, y'all think Phillip Rivers was old. Man, we had Vinny Testaverde. The man had gray hair and beard and stuff coming out of his face. He couldn't throw the meat of this camera that's in front of me. I said, man, imagine if we had a quarterback. And then we finally get the quarterback, and we run Parcells off. Jerry, there was at least 1 or 2 Super Bowls in there if you would have just stepped back with Parcells. I'm quite sure, man, I'm going to go to my grave saying, man, in 2007, if Bill Parcells were coaching that team, or the 08 team, 07 was really good. But if you look at 08 roster, oh my goodness, we was even better. And we let them off the hook. Future Vision says, who is Pittsburgh's quarterback? Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, we got the old version of Drew Bledsoe, though. Bro, people fail to realize we had Brad Johnson at one point, and they were talking about, hey, he won the Super Bowl. Brad Johnson, boy, that brother, and you thought Drew Bledsoe was a statue. Brad Johnson, jeez. He was the Statue of Liberty, and not for justice for all. I'm like, damn, Brad Johnson, can't you just throw that ball in? Yep, it's about 4 Super Bowls we had on the table. 06, if the ball wasn't slippery, I get that. I moved it out the way. But 07, 14, 16. You know what year people fail to realize to bring up? 2015 would have been a good year for us. That's the year we had a top 5 defense. Boy, we had Greg Harder and everybody, Randy Gregory. We had D-Law. We had everybody that you can think of. And then the quarterback goes down. Believe it or not, 2015, dog, we held, at the time, Russell Wilson was still good. We held that brother to 9 points. The final score was like 9-6. We had run game. We had the best. That was the healthiest version of our offensive line in 2015. But we can't have 2 things that match, man. Damn, quarterback got hurt. And guess what happened in 2015? We wanted, people fail to realize, the same thing that we went through this past season was similar to the same, in the past 2 seasons, was similar things that happened in 2015. The Joneses never learned. You took your best player as it relates to your wide receiver through the woodshed because you said he ain't worth the money. The argument was he wasn't worth the Megatron money. And I said that, damn it, he's our Megatron. Pay him his money. They waited to the last minute to pay Dez Bryant. All that cortisone built up in his body, and he hurt his foot. I'm telling you, we didn't want to pay DeMarco Murray, even though he played basketball with the football. But guess what? He was the offensive player of the year. He had 1,800 yards on the ground. I think 2,000 all-purpose yards. And we didn't want to pay him. So we downgraded tremendously and got a dude named Joseph, what's his name, Joseph Randall or Randall Joseph, who stole draws in Cologne. We were the laughing stock of the NFL. It was crazy. We chasing goals. Like, all you had to do, I'll never forget that offseason. I was talking to my pops at the time, you know. And he was like, son, the Cowboys going to mess this up. I said, what you mean? He said, this is before I started doing content creation. Jerry Jones, and he's not even a Cowboys fan. He said, Jerry Jones take that stuff too personal. And he runs it like a, you know, and this was a whole thing with the knee and all of this stuff when they Colin Kaepernick. And he said he ran this thing like a plantation. He want these guys to do what he want them to do. And that's total line, boy. You know, how you root for that team? And I was like, man, get out of here. But Reg, it's the same song and dance. It's always about the money, and it's never about looking at the bigger picture. And it drew a wedge in his team as it relates to continuity and rapport and all of the stuff that he said that he do great at. Continuity. JD says, crazy, and that was 10 years ago. And it's the same stuff. It's the same stuff. All right, let me get back to this conversation. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Y'all love me too. Put LAW in the chat if you do.
But from your chair now as a head coach, how have you seen the operation in terms of getting ready for this many this in their first year as a head coach?
Well, I mean, the fact that we're the first team to ever play 4, I think, is unique. Certainly, it's never happened before, so that's interesting. You know, the first one doesn't really count. I mean, it's the first game of the year, doesn't really count, but the other ones do. You know, you play Philly, and then you have a normal 7-day routine, and I do think, you know, doing it every year, we know how to process it. We know the right way to game plan and kind of how to do that. We know how to practice and to be smart with their bodies. I mean, these guys are not ready to run. I mean, they're hurting right now. I mean, again, watched the film 3 or 4 times, and again, you know, we played physical yesterday. We did. You know, we didn't play great in a lot of areas, but we did play physical, and so our guys are sore and they're banged up, and we'll get them back. But you know, I think it's pretty cool to play in front of the world, I guess, with Netflix on Christmas Day, and you know, got a lot to celebrate, and I know I'm a very blessed man.
Babe.
In a way, Schottenheimer, and I'm deciphering what he's saying, he said in these short games is killing him. We dealing with a war of attrition. I don't want to rewind and make the show even longer, but if you guys pick up what he's saying, it's basically, and it do sound like bevies of excuses, but the Cowboys are sacrificed to a degree for views. The NFL is looking for another product to use outside of the Cowboys, but they realize that nobody else really moving the needle like that. Let me say this again. The NFL is literally looking for another team to be that spotlighted team, but they can't do the numbers that the Cowboys are doing. So we've been the sacrificial lamb of the NFL, playing these games, short turnarounds, and it's crazy. We just played Sunday, and now we're about to play again on Thanksgiving Day. Give these guys a break, man. Let us open up these Christmas gifts. The NFL, I tell you what, you can move the game to damn Friday at least. Let these people enjoy their gifts, man. Stop using these players as robots and stuff, man. You added an extra game to the season. You playing these guys on short turnaround weeks without an extra bye week, by the way. And you thinking that you're going to get the same productivity. The tape don't even come out yet, and we still trying to talk about the next game. That's how quick these games been. And then you dealing with all of this stuff as far as mental mindsets and stuff like that. Of course. You're not going to have the same productivity. Yeah, these guys a break, NFL. Flex that game to Saturday. Flex that game to maybe a Friday or a Saturday. You don't have to have that game on Christmas Day. Let God get some love or something, man. Let Jesus get some loves and some praises and stuff, man. Let people go to church, man, and have some good time, open up some gifts and stuff like that, you know. Roy said, no excuses, man. Let's play on James Christ's birthday, man. Why we got to play on Jesus' birthday? Play on a little brother's birthday. But the NFL, Netflix, they finna make their money, and Jerry Jones is finna complain about, we got this pie and all. Oh, that's Stephen Jones. We got this pie and we don't have enough money. Shoot. They ought to give us a $10 million bonus. Yeah, for on a salary cap bonus, redeemable. For whatever year we want to use it for. for carrying the league.
Dave Lockmer, 105.3, The Fan, Cowboys Radio. To your point of untimely third down penalties or whatnot, you had the ball up there at 49, kind of middle of the fourth quarter, you're down 10. If it were an incomplete pass, and I don't know if you even got that far in the progression of the thought process, it would have been about a 67-yarder for Aubrey. Cut it to a one-possession game. Was that going through your mind? Then obviously
Yeah, I don't remember the exact situation, babe, but if you're telling me I have a chance with 10 minutes to go for him to kick a 67-yard field goal, yeah, I'd probably take a flyer on it, depending on what the D&D was. If it was 4th and 5 or less, 4 or less.
JV Boy said, can't discriminate against the 7th-day advantages.
I probably would go for it, but if it was 4th and long like that, or long in that mid-range, I'd have a decision to make.
Yeah, obviously the penalty put you to third.
Yeah, and again, it was, a couple, at a false start, and, BB kind of goes to pull one, C flinched on one, and just, things untimely. And that's what I mentioned last night, talking to you guys, and I'll say it again, like, it's real. The complimentary aspect of what we did, you get stopped on 4th and 1, get ready to go, hopefully tie it up, right? And then they go down and get a field goal, and then you come down, same thing, we're in third down. I thought, they did a good job of forcing some third downs in long, because we did it. They didn't force it, we did it. So those are things that you can't do.
Virgil said, let the ELGSEL Eagles play on Thursday. Come on, yeah, let them play it. Put it like this. Let me put the big camera back on me. Let all of those teams that say, we are the new America's team. Go Bills, Mafia. We are the new America's team. Go Detroit. Real blue-collar workers. We are the new America's team. We are the new America's team, Chief Kingdom. We are the new America's team. We can't spell. Eagles cry. Eagles cry. Let them play on them damn holidays then. Give us a break. We didn't ask for this for 30 years, 30 seasons, over 10,000 days. We haven't asked for this, ladies and gentlemen. Let all of them people who say they are the new America's team, let them play on these holidays so we can kick back and chill. I got some wine. I got some eggnog. I got some good food that I can eat, dressing, so I can sit back. Look at them damn Bills running around here, and we can play some Christmas carols. Now we going to be all like this, even though, look, we say we not, but we still going to be at the edge of our seat watching this damn game on Christmas, hoping that none of our guys get hurt. That's what we'll be watching for, because we for damn sure ain't watching on whether or not we can win or lose this game. We watching to hope that we don't get hurt in this game. So we panicking. Our cortisol levels is high. We going to open up a gift and put it to the side. We watching our boys, because we addicted to the Cowboys, by the way. I'm just like that. I haven't missed a game in many of years. I watch every Cowboy game since the 80s. I can go back and recall and watch it, So I don't miss no Cowboys game. I get really angry and agitated when somebody's talking to me when I'm trying to watch the game. Yeah, so regardless, whether my team won one game a year or we won all of the games, I want to watch the game, but at least give us a little break. D said, nah, the ratings will plummet. They will. Why they like us so much, man? NFL, why y'all like us so much and y'all abuse us so much, man?
Joe.
Joe, Dallas Morning News. I know Tyler Smith moved to left tackle. Tyler Guyton, though, he's been out a month. Was that injury maybe originally or worse than originally anticipated?
These injuries, the ankles are weird, Joe. They just, it's different. You're not talking about a 180-pound, receiver. You're talking about a, 300-plus man that's, used to moving backwards, and not going forwards. They're all different. So, no, I don't think so. But I do think that, that certainly played into the fact of us making this decision. It seems like, more than likely he's going to miss this game and possibly next week. We'll see.
And then Matt Eberflus, a big reason moving up to the booth was for his adjustment purposes. How did you see him adjust this past game?
Yeah, I mean, I think we fired more blitzes. We weren't getting home, and so I do think that we brought more blitzes. Unfortunately, those didn't really get home either. And again, it's so funny because when you talk about affecting the quarterback, you talk about hitting the quarterback, sacking the quarterback. Man, I wish it was just about defensive linemen. It's not. It's about coverage. And, it seems like when we had pass rush, they were getting open and beating man-to-man. And then when we had them covered, we weren't getting home, or we were around him and he escapes out for, a 38-yard run or whatever he did. And that's –
Is that a knock at Matt Eberflus? Come on. Shotty, say it with your chest, man.
That's what this game's become. Athletic QBs that can move around. And he certainly, hurt us some yesterday with his legs.
Ever seen this many guys get poked in the eye?
I was just the quarterback, but I would have definitely had a shield on if I was playing in the trenches because, again, there's a lot of stuff going on in there, and fortunately they're all okay. But I probably wouldn't have mine tinted like some of these guys do. But, I'd definitely wear a visor shield.
Scott Everson with the AP. On the question of playing or not, I just wanted to ask specifically about Dak. He's had a great year. 15 games, close to a full season. Any part of you that says he's had a good year, shut it down, keep him healthy or not?
Yeah, again, that's definitely an option, but we want to finish strong. We want to build.
Do it. Do it.
Momentum. Dak's playing great. You saw what we decided to do yesterday when the game got out of hand. We're not going to be cavalier with this thing. We play a physical game. Everybody understands that, But, these guys, when they go out, they don't think that way. They play. That's what they've been taught to do since they were 5 years old. You just go and you play. And, again, I'm not asking their opinion. We're playing to win. But I guarantee you if I took a poll of guys in that locker room that wanted to play, every hand would shoot up. For all the reasons that I've said. They love one another. They know we're building something special here. And quite honestly, we'd love to not have a losing record and to potentially go 5-1 in the division.
And on
pride come before the fall, man. One of my favorite movies, and I know I might get some people that hate me for saying this, but, But one of my favorite movies is White Man Can't Jump. And the lady was saying, Perez, she was saying sometimes you win, but you really lose. And sometimes you lose, but you really win. And in life, it didn't hit me until I got older of what she was trying to convey to the smooth guy, Like low-key, white boy winning. He had him a lady that was fighting for him side for him, right? She was pretty much, he done outkicked his coverage. She was there for him. She just trying to win that money, that Jeopardy money. And ultimately she was good. She was good. But he continued to try to win and he lost. And all she was saying, sometimes when you win, you really lose. And sometimes you lose and you really win. Could have took his money, made it to the crib, and not bet it all on whether or not he could make that shot or that dunk. What I'm trying to convey here, Schottenheimer, is that next season, just prepare for the best for next season. Evaluate some of those guys that you have big question marks on. Let them see real live ammo, like your Josh Butlers of the world. If you want to get more and more reps for Siobhan Revel, which I disagree, but go ahead, put them out there. If you really want to see what Jadon Blue can do and Martha, put them out there. I know Javonte Williams want to play, but this is like kissing your sister at this point. If you really want to see what Milton can do in a stretch of 3 to 4 games, at least you got 2 right now. So you can correct some of his imperfections. If you really want to see what value you got out of Mingo, and you got 2 games to showcase Jalen Tolbert, these are all tradable assets that you can give 2 Costco sample sizes to, with a guy with a cannon arm that can play freely. We seen what Dak Prescott can do against Washington. We seen what Dak Prescott can do against the Giants. He's been doing it for over a decade. That don't need no god doggone more reason to put Dak Prescott out there. We got a large sample size of what he can do. But at most, I've seen Dak Prescott laid out like Family Guy versus the Giants. All of his major injuries came when he played against us, when he played against those rivals. Though Washington and them Giants, more and more injuries occur when you playing against those boys because they want to get revenge. They'll lay on you, they'll tackle you, they will hip drop, tackle you, they'll do all of those things. So pull the Band-Aid off, rip it off, and let your ancillaries play. I need to see that kid that y'all kept on the roster all year long, that y'all covered, and y'all refused to go get a real defensive edge rusher named Peyton Turner. I need to see him out there on the field this week, on a short week. I need to see Perrion Winfrey get a whole bunch of snaps. I need to see, to a degree, Mears Live-Foul for these next 2 weeks. There's 60 snaps in the game, so 60 times 2. I need to see those snaps on the field. Every last one of them. Somebody said knock on the wood. Yeah, but I don't need to knock on the wood if they do the right thing. Cowboys, man, I'm just not feeling in a short week you putting your starters out there on a Christmas day, cortisone levels all field high. You on the road for these last 2 games. Washington's got a point to prove. Giants got a point to prove. I know that you want to have on your mantle, hey, I finished this season 8-1. I'm not a losing coach.
At Swazi $8,455 9.99. If John Harbaugh becomes available, you go get him. Shati is basically this generation's Chain Gailey. Stop going to Walmart for coaches when you can afford designer.
That's a good bar right there. And that's a good comp, Chain Gailey. That's a damn good comp, Chain Gailey. Damn good comp. Yeah. Damn good comp. Catalan says Dak never had a losing season. Want to keep it that way? I feel you, though. Yeah, let the starter get the corn toss. And then rest them. Organically speaking. I promise you, if Coach get on that podium and say we right now going to take the advantages of this opportunity to see some of the guys we haven't seen this year that we have question marks for, to see how they're going to help us for 2026. I don't think that there should be a bevy of people angry and upset. And damn it, this is where coaching get into it. Woo! This is where coaching get into it. If some of these starters look at this situation and say, well, I don't want to be benched. I want to play through the echoes of the whistle. I want to finish strong. Damn it, you should have finished strong when it was necessary, when it counted. Not when it don't count. That's how coach is supposed to get into this situation. Where was that heart and determination against Arizona? Where was that heart and determination against Carolina? That's how you counter that. So if you want to continue to play, then you do it when it counts the most, not when it don't count, when a meaningless game right now. I'm trying to do this evaluation for 2026. And if you guys don't like what I'm going to do this week and the next week, then be better next year so that you can play when it counts. Now, my title says HNIC. What do that mean? I'm the head naysayer in charge right now. So you're going to listen to me. So I want to see Jadon Blue. You better not drop that ball. You're getting some good opportunity right now. Maffa. Hey, you want to be on this team next season, and I don't want to put you on the trading blocks. I know you're a rookie. Hey, give me something good. Joe Milton, you better be hitting these damn receivers. You want to be here? That's how it's supposed to go.
Quentin, it sounds to me from what you said earlier that he's trending to play, but it's kind of a similar question with him with the neck, and maybe you're not really sure. 2 games left, but you're comfortable with him getting out there.
Yeah, if he feels healthy to go, yeah, absolutely. We certainly want him to play, and he's an impact player, and you feel the effects of not having a guy like that, and there's only so many in this league of guys like that.
Yeah. Easy out about a candy. However you say that kid's name. You getting out there, bro. We need to see what we got. Yeah. Yeah, some have some money on the line. Yeah, and he got coaching money on the line. None of these players going to give Schottenheimer some of this money if he can't evaluate his staff for the future, right? And some of these players, I know you got money on the line. I know that you playing for money. That's part of the problem. We need to have guys who want to play so that we can evaluate the situation for next season. I know you got money on the line and all this stuff. Well, you should have had the ideology that you would have had more and more money, more and more things as it relates to if you make it to the postseason, you'll have even more money. So use this as an elixir for next season. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Take over a game at that position.
Yeah.
Edward, WFAA. You guys have been a top 5 scoring offense all year long. In this 3-game losing streak, you're like 4 for 11 touchdowns in the red zone. Other than the penalty on CD and the penalty on Tyler, is there any commonality to whatever issues you're having down there?
No, Ed. I mean, I wish it was, because then I could solve it a lot easier. Not really. Again, the big thing I would say about the red zone is you need to get into, when you have third downs, you need to get into third down and really 4 or less. When you get into third and longs, like you were talking about, it's hard because I know yesterday they were trying to play really, really soft and make us check the ball down underneath and rally and tackle, but it's a lot of different things, and it's just ultimately we have to execute better. I have to call better plays, and we have to execute better. And one of the reasons why we're one of those highest scoring teams in the league is we've been good down there for most of the year, and I hope and believe that that'll be the case in these last 2 games.
Garrett Puddle, CBS Sports. Hey, Brian, after watching the film, what did you see of Trayvon Diggs in his first game back in a few weeks?
Yeah, I thought it was great for him to fly around. And, again, I think, I talked a little bit about the joy and how much fun he had. And I saw him throw his body around there on some tackles. He wasn't perfect. None of us were perfect. But I thought it was a good first step. And
Yeah. All right. Just to speed it up, it's 2:11 right now. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to the nation. Do me a huge favor. Scan that code right there. You get promo code LAW. Get $100 match up to your first initial deposit. Keep this in mind on your mental mindset. Is that $20 from me to you will be here once you download that app, Sleeper. So utilize that promo code, scan that if you can. But let's get to this conversation piece I had with Siobhan Revel Sr. Earlier this year. He talked glowingly of his son, and I think that I did a wrong thing because I forgot two type of players that the Cowboys hate. Fans in general, and especially the local media. They hate the player that got paid and they underperform or don't perform crazily, and they hate the injured player or the hurt player. You get no bonus points when you in Dallas and you playing through an injury or something like that and you're not up to par. So my best advice for Siobhan Revel Jr. and Sr. at this point is to don't turn it on and leave it on. Turn that thing off and leave it off and get to busy working, because this media will chew you up and spit you out, and you'll be mad and angry at everyone when you think that they're going to do all of the other people like that. No, they're going to do their selective ones, and when they do, it is a crazy thing for you.
Getting Siobhan Revel. First drive, 3rd and 4, gives up that pass, and then a weak pushing tackling attempt. Quentin Johnston with a left-handed beautiful 23-yard touchdown. That was on Revel. And then a 3rd and 9 conversion on the sideline that drove me absolutely insane, because there was nowhere to go, there was nowhere to escape, and Revel's tackling, I tweeted yesterday, makes Trayvon Diggs look like freaking Ronnie Lott. He's been awful. And John Owning, he tweeted, "Where are the folks who chastised me for saying Dallas shouldn't put too big a burden on Revel's shoulders coming off a major injury? Really hope his play does not mess with his confidence going into year 2, because, Bobby, it's bad."
I mean, this is how bad their corners are, is because that's what we talked about it. I said I'd be surprised if he played significant snaps. Well, I'm surprised because he has, because that was, given the ramp up and everything else and how little he had played in college, it was like, all right, yeah, this will probably be a red shirt for him then. No, they've had to throw him out there and give him a bunch of reps. And there'd been a lot of criticism of, you're not playing him in press man. He's a press man corner, which he is. Why aren't you doing that more? Well, he got torched in press man yesterday. He was just not very good. But this is training camp for him, basically. He's a rookie, and he's a rookie who didn't even finish his college season last year. And
yeah, so Revel Sr. caught that, and, I was like, bro, you're going to lose a lot of ground going at the media. You're not going to lose. You're not going to win that. You're not going to win that battle. The best thing that you can ever do is pray and hope that they get a defensive coordinator in that can critique and fix whatever things that was taught to these defensive guys this season. Because if it's 1 or 2 players that regress, I get that. But when it is literally everybody, because you got to look at it like there's nobody who didn't regress in this system and in this scheme. Everybody played below standard. There's nobody that you can really sit back and say, you know what, I'm looking at Murray. Hey, man, he wasn't that bad. You know what? I look at, to a point, Donovan Wilson. Donovan Wilson had 5.5 sacks last season. Right now, Donovan Wilson will be your leading sack guy on this team, believe it or not, with 5.5 sacks. So everybody regrets. Not one shining light outside of the newcomers of Quentin Williams, to a point, maybe 1 or 2 games from Kenny Clark. Maybe you could roll the dice with Donovan as a Raku, as him showing up as pressures but close but no cigar guy. Every single player play below their standard rate on this team. So when I look at the young kid, Siobhan Revel, who's out there looking like dog food, right? Who's getting burnt like a Roman candle, right? Who's tackling tall and not bending and not getting his pad levels. Principles that you learn in elementary, middle school, high school, collegiate levels that he's shying away from. Tackling all high. Shoving. Like, this is crazy. No disrespect to Siobhan Revel Sr., but it's more to be damned to me for putting him in that spotlight, putting the microphone in his mouth, and him declaring and decreeing what his son will be able to do, of saying that he will be ready. And I don't know any father that's in this chat that wouldn't have said the same thing about their son playing for the silver and blue star on the side of the helmet. And a father, will go to the edge of the earth to protect his son. And I can tell by the countenance and the frustrations. And I'm not speaking for him. I'm definitely not. But what I'm saying is, when we go across the line, when everybody's bad, it got to be coaching. If it's just one player just bad, then that's the individual player. And I hate that for them. And I know how it goes. The way they sullied and denigrate and put out things about that kid right there, you would never, ever hear them saying the same for Jake Ferguson. And I'm not making it about that, but I'm just calling a spade a spade. Jake Ferguson, I got a guy that's on Marcus Muser. I think that's how you say his name. He's shooting all types of knives at Jake Ferg. He is on his platform, which is cool, and I get that. But people, they will gloss over others, but they will damn sure point out the ones that are not their favorite flaws and things of that nature. And I'm just saying, don't shank me with the butter knife. Don't shank me with the butter knife. But this is Marcus Mosier's on tight end Jake Ferguson. He said yards after catch / reception for Cowboys tight end Jake Ferguson. In 2022, 6.53. That's the guy that we thought we was getting. In 2023, 5.99, close to 6. But in these last two seasons, in 2024, 5.24. He had a rocky year. But this season, 3.83. Nobody's saying, man, that's a $50 million tight end out there, and he's only giving you 3.8. When Jason Witten was here, as old and gray as he had before the hair and without the hair, he was getting more than 3.8. Don't you know that yards after catch, that he's below what Jason Witten was doing? Matter of fact, you could probably bring Jason Witten back now, and he can give you more yards after catch. What happened to Ferg? And he got more and more stats out there on Ferg. He got a whole type of receipts and resumes and stuff, like where he ranked at. And I'm not beating up Ferg, but man, God dog. Don't y'all know, out of all of the tight ends, he's getting paid as it relates to being the top 10 or the top 15, but he's ranked 25th and 30th? Well, I need to see that segment of the people talking bad about Ferg. I need to know. Hold tight right quick. Give me 1 second.
And so this is what you're going to get. You're going to get not very good. And yeah, you just hope, like John said, it's not a total confidence crusher. And by the way, Revel didn't look like that guy when he was at East Carolina. Like, he was not a guy who struggled with his tackling. And so, again, I'm wondering, all right, is that just the knee injury, hesitancy with that, and he's still not comfortable yet? He's not back. But, yeah, the tackling was awful.
Every team is now targeting Savone Revel. First drive, 3rd and 4, gives up that pass, and then a weak pushing tackling attempt. Quentin Johnston with a left-handed, beautiful 23-yard touchdown. That was on Revel. And then a 3rd and 9 conversion on the sideline.
That was Jake Ferguson calling me. No, I'm just messing with y'all. Hey, I'm just messing with y'all, man. Just messing with y'all. Yeah. But, man, I'm just calling a spade, y'all. And I'm not beating up Jake Ferguson, but I just got to reveal those type of things, man. All right. Here's Jerry Jones on the 30-year drought.
Jerry Jones is basically the mayor of Arlington.
Oh,
and
no,
the
I
mayor.
played that one. Hold on.
Stephen, Jerry was asked after the game yesterday about the 30-year Super Bowl drought, and he said, I'll admit that the Cowboys management has played a big role, and he said, I'm very disappointed in the way we're structured, and my role puts us here tonight. I'm tremendously disappointed. What's your point of view on management's role and the structure of this team?
I think everybody gets, plays the role in the results. And whether that's ownership, whether that's management, everybody has a hand in it. And we certainly take responsibility as much as we would, coaching or players or anybody. And, we feel at the end of the day, it starts at the top, and that's Jerry and myself, and we take that responsibility.
Stephen, Jerry was asked after the game yesterday about the 30-year Super Bowl drought.
My thing is, you're not going to win a Super Bowl every year, right? You're going to have some good ones. You're going to have some bad ones. But your sense of urgency got to be a whole lot better if it's been 30 years. If you under the age of 30, put 1 in the chat. I just need to know how many people that's under the age of 30. They put a 1 in the chat. If you under the year of 30, that means that you're not 11,000 days old, too, by the way, since we know our math right here. So if you're less than 11,000 days old, put a 1 in the chat, right? I just need to know how many people that's rocking with me right now that's under 30, right? I just need to know. Yeah. Gut Bomber, you're under 30. And Judah Redemption says, but it's 31 years for the 41ers. I feel you on that. Yeah, I feel you on that. Oh, so we only got one person that's under 30? Laugh out loud. Brandon says, I am. Oh, baby, you just a little baby girl. You just a baby girl. Oh, my gosh, boy. 30, 31, 1. Now, that is another realization, is that we can look at the 49ers and say, hey, man, as great as their franchise and organization is, what's their problem? Because we can know ours with Jerry Jones and them. What's going on with the Niners? Well, hey, I want them to be 32 years, you know what I'm saying? 31, 32 seasons too. Now, I'm not saying all of this because I want to give the Niners a damn pass or give us a damn pass. No. I'm just talking about my front yard. And I'm talking about the shingles and stuff that we got, and the paint and stuff that we got. I ain't worried about the neighbor's yard right now, Yeah. This 30-year drought really makes me want to throw up. Boy, I tell you, I was born, Roger said he was born in 96. Now, all of y'all that's born after or less than 30 years, or you're younger than 30 years, I commend y'all. Because y'all don't know what it feels like. But I'm going to tell you, man, I had some facial hair. I did have some facial hair the last time we won. But I'm going to tell you, it feels good, baby. It feels good when you lift up that Lombardi trophy. It's a beautiful thing. And I'm telling you, don't let these people mix up your joy when they say, man, it's been with VHS tapes. You know, it's been, you got to blow the dust off the trophies. They don't expire. And to be fair, even though it's been 30 years, 30 seasons, or over 10,000 days, we still in the same place we were. But what I'm saying is we got to be hasting today to get things right, because we know for sure that them damn 49ers, it may not be another 30 years for them. They going to the postseason. There's a little bit more pressure. I've seen us pass the Steelers, and the Steelers caught up with us and passed us. We in these last 30 years, 30 seasons, in less than 10,000 days, I've seen the Patriots catch us. So I'm ready for a change. I'm ready for something new. So I'm going to point out what we need to do. And even though I may not have an input, it's just my thoughts of it, right? That management need to step down and get out the way. I know for sure it's been about 3 to 4 Super Bowls in there. We should be the first team to hit double digits in Super Bowl rings. We should be fighting for that by now.
A lot of discussion right now, Stephen, about Tyler Smith playing left tackle out there, and I'm just kind of curious because there's some back and forth on, hey, should we go ahead and move him out to left tackle in that discussion? Is that even a thought for you guys, or is that just a, hey, we had to do something to protect Dak this week?
Well, we had to protect Dak. Obviously, we were going against one of the top defenses in the league, and they get great pressure. And, you know, Nate Thomas is a young guy, you know, has a bright future for us. And certainly we'll, you know, probably get Tyler Guyton back. You know, if not this year, he'll be ready to go next year. And he was really coming on strong. So, you know, what we'll do is, as we always do in the offensive line, is to put the best 5 players out there. Certainly Tyler Smith stepped up in a big way. He never blinked, and I thought did a hell of a job out there at left tackle against the Chargers.
But as far as going forward and for his career, you see him as an all-pro left guard?
You know, we just that'll be something we evaluate. It'll be, you know, as into every year you look at what's going to make you the very best football team. You know, right, obviously he's an all-pro left guard that, you know, certainly we wanted to keep around and paid him to be the best in the business. And certainly he's showing what else makes you very valuable on a football team is his versatility. And obviously played left tackle in college. He's played left tackle before. And it's great to have a guy like that who's got that kind of versatility.
Well, you use that versatility for your advantages, not for your disadvantages. There have been games where we've seen where the quarterback just didn't have time to throw the damn ball. Denver game can really bring us an alarming situation. Chicago Bears game, you can bring in the alarming situation. Detroit game. Plethora of games that I have no doubt in my mind that Tyler Smith is a damn good offensive lineman. But it's the little things that we do kind of make me angry and upset with this team. It's the little things, man. And we will fight those points. People would rather be loud and say that they are right versus looking at the context of what I'm saying. I get that he's an all-pro left guard. I get that. But what do we need? We need to keep your quarterback upright. The most valuable positioning on the field as an offensive lineman is that left tackle. That's why they pay the edge rushers all of that money. And refusing to put him at left tackle earlier. It's just like them folks that I've been seeing that will wash their car and shine up their damn car knowing that they need an oil change, knowing they need to flush out the transmission. But the car look clean. Let's stop this, Dallas. You say you was all about winning, then nothing on that tape shows you that Nate Thomas belongs out there at left tackle over Tyler Smith. Protect your number one asset. We be having all of the resources and all of the skill sets, but our lack of knowledge, man, kills us every time. And then we get mad, and then we try to overanalyze and say, well, Tyler Guyton didn't play that bad this year. Or Nate Thomas wasn't that bad, it was just 1 or 2 games. Well, we out of the postseason because 1 or 2 games. That's why we lose, man. That's why we in this predicament.
I think I'll start this thing off with thank you.
Steven and Shoddy both this week after the game, and then Steven yesterday, have said that Tyler Smith is going to be the left tackle the rest of the year, and his future there into next year potentially is up for conversation or review. Is that any sort of indication that you guys have lost confidence in Tyler Guyton at left tackle?
Well, we all know how critical the left tackle is, and but Tyler Guyton has really got a chance to be outstanding for a lot of years to come, and he's got the right makeup, contrary to any questions about him. But the real question is, can we afford to have Tyler out there, Tyler Smith at left tackle? Can we afford that? Larry Allen.
Can we afford? That's the problem. I probably look back at this ESPN 30 for 30, and it could be a situation whereas they know that Tyler Smith probably could have been like a stud at damn left tackle. But when it get down to money, we talk about money. Instead of talking about winning, afford, we give it afford. If we give him amount of reps, and we knew that David Mulugeta is Tyler Smith agent and all of this stuff, it can come down that differences of the money is $15 to maybe $20 million from me moving you to the left tackle versus being inside the guard. The money, even if the money say that left tackle is more valuable than guards, people will argue and say, well, we need him at guard. No, you paid that quarterback $60 million, $250 million, and you're going to rather have a paper mache, or you rather have the less talented person to protect the best asset? I can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. People do what they want to do, though.
We put him out there and made all-pro, but we couldn't afford to keep him out there. He was too valuable to us inside. So that'll be the trade-off.
Is there
what do we do inside when we've got him out?
Is there any thought, Jerry, to potentially moving Tyler Guyton to right tackle if you do leave Tyler Smith at left tackle?
Good question.
You could do that for sure. Yeah, there's it is not. We don't have it done, or we have it thought to that extent as long term, but certainly you can do that. Needless to say, the position flex that you have there with Smith that we have, that you just
hold on, and T-Jack, this is what I'm getting at. He says making the inside weaker isn't good either. But what I'm saying is being on an island, kick sliding versus, let's say, Aiden Hutchinson to a degree, some of the names that you guys could, Crosby to a degree, it is more difficult. It is literally more difficult to be a left tackle than a left guard, just by natural trait. When we talk about TJ Bass and his grit, his drop-off is not as drop-offable as a Nate Thomas being on the edge. Tyler Guyton, I get it, he had a better season than what he had the last season. And we can argue the fact that if you just keep him there, then it would be a situation and scenario. But the games that he was hurt by 3 or 4 games. We should have made the move of moving left tackle Tyler Smith to that spot, inserting TJ Bass, who give you grit, who can give you a little girth too, by the way, in that inside position, and still have Cooper Beebe and still have Tyler Booker. And maybe you can just live with the ideology that I have only one weak side, which is primarily your right side, your right tackle, and you can see that coming, opposed to being worried on both sides. That's what if you go back and look at the games that we lost and we wasn't able to get the ball moving and grooving, it's because Dak was literally worried about both sides. In pass pro, run pro, yeah, I give you that. And I'm not shooting at you. I get what y'all was trying to say. But I can't see a picture of your best 5 offensive linemen, Nate Thomas, Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, Tyler Booker, Terrence Steele, or Tyler Guyton to that degree. If you're trying to look at your best 5, what would Jimmy Johnson do? Is what I'm saying.
It's just really a big plus for us, player of that caliber. And he's easily in the top 2 or 3 of the best players we got on the team.
Steven and Shoddy both this week after the game, and then Steven yesterday, have said that Tyler Smith is going to be the left tackle.
That was the talking points of that. Let's keep it moving, though. Appreciate y'all. Ooh, yeah, love y'all. Come on with it.
Gary, despite the drought, you guys, you're number 1 in ratings. The Cowboy fans everywhere. They're still the number 1 talking point on TV. Why do you think that is? Because a lot of times in sports, fans bail, and the team that doesn't make it, to the conference title game doesn't get talked about this much. Are you surprised sometimes by the dedication of Cowboy fans over the past 30 years?
Well, I'm rewarded by the kind of intensity and the kind of interest. We work real hard, but that's not enough to work hard. But we make a big effort to stay in the front of things and to stay out there and be relevant. And by the way, you change that drought. 1 year, you can change the drought. And then you're the latest to have gone to the playoffs or gone to the Super Bowl. So I don't pay any attention to 30 years this, 20 years that, when I know one good year would change it all and you'd be at the top of the list. So numbers of Super Bowls or numbers of playoff appearances, that doesn't work unless you catch it into, well, they haven't been there in 10 years, haven't been there in 20 years. But all of those, when you start looking at time, it's easy for me to step up there and say, I can change that next year. And that's what I'm here but wanting to do, and that's what our fans expect me to do in my mind.
Oh, Lord, boy.
Robert.
30 years.
Y'all trying to kill me? You killing me, man? This is not.
I'm speechless, baby. So you could be bad for 30 years. I'm not saying that we were just completely ass cheeks bad. But in that theory, when you're a murderer and you get out and you serve 30 years of prison sentences and they get you out, you're a rehabilitated man. You should be able to get back into society and say, that was 30 years ago. I'm now rehabilitated, man. I should be able to vote. I should be able to go out here, and if I was a pedophile, hey, that was 30 years ago, 30 seasons ago, over 10,000 days. I should be able to be around little kids. Yeah, because today, I didn't touch no kids. So today, I should be warranted to be around kids, regardless of what my past don't have nothing to do with my future, man. Yeah. So y'all killing me with this. I got y'all 30 years. So therefore, when R. Kelly get out of that jail cell and R. Kelly open up an all-girls camp, y'all should say, hey, according to Jerry Jones, hey, forget all about 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. Today, he's a rehabilitated man. So send your kids and your loved ones over there to the all-girls camp, R. Kelly style. Come on, baby. You know, and hey, it is for what it is. Yeah. Jerry Fleece Johnson. I like you and I want you. Yeah. So we don't have to worry about it. And then we can always use the excuse, hey, we ain't the only ones, 31 years for the damn 40 whiners. Oh my gosh.
But no, answer to your question, it's I've known for a long time that what we do, how we do it, what we try to do, all of that has high attention, and that's part of why we should be and are as attentive as we are. And there's no question, no one, as a matter of fact, I can't imagine, this is pro football that we're talking about to be tried here. Nothing can happen until somebody has financially get paid. And since the day I walked in here, there's been no one ever have any control other than me of who gets paid and how much. And so that goes with the territory.
Gary,
Emotional damage.
That's crazy, man. I know y'all want to throw up on yourselves, man. But I think I'm right here. Hold
So,
on.
Jerry, why should a fan believe that anything is going to be different in the offseason, anything is going to be different moving forward in the next year after the last, like you mentioned, the last 30 years?
Well, yeah, it has been. It has been different. And then sometimes it's worked better than others. But we've had different records over the last several years. We've had different personnels. And so it is, it's what it is. That's when you go hunting, there's a good chance that you won't get any game, or fishing. There's a good chance you might not catch some fish. But there's a chance that you can catch a fish. And we put it out there hard. We do things that can happen, that make things happen big time. I've done it. I've seen it happen.
You haven't seen it in 30 years.
Y'all killing me with this.
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag
Daddy,
at?
I like when you
Oh, it's right here,
scrambling
it's
and
right
scraping.
Stop! Thief! Come back, thief!
Oh my God. Jerry, you haven't seen it in 30 years.
I know it works. And I've done it in a lot of things, not just football.
So, Jerry,
Jerry over here stealing his money, man. Oh my gosh, man.
Jerry, after you guys traded Micah, you talked about that there are ways to scheme pressure and that was going to be kind of a solution to it.
Hey, man, as much as we give my guy, Bobby Bell some hell, I haven't heard this interview, but man, I hope he don't pull back on this one. Yeah, because we haven't got no pressure. Hold on, let me hear what he gonna say.
Do you feel like the scheme has let you down in that regard this season?
Not really. I think our pressure is a combination of execution.
Jerry, lean forward just a little bit, you know. You can't double down like that. Come on, man. Where you at? Where my slap button at? Y'all slap the toupee off. Slapped it back on, you know. Hey, come on, Jerry. Oh, my God. Just for circumstances of this whole conversation, let's rewind.
Jerry, after you guys traded Micah, you talked about that there are ways to scheme pressure and that was going to be kind of a solution to it. Do you feel like the scheme has let you down in that regard this season?
Not really.
How in the hell? He say not really. How? Sway, how? One more time, man. Shit.
Damn! Damn!
I think our pressure is a combination of execution. It's a combination of, quote, scheme. But when we talk about blitzing, for instance, or if you're going to run the press play, if you're on the other side of the football and you're trying to run that play, you've got to work at that for a lot of hours, and you've got to work at that during training camps, and you got to spend some time on it. You just can't come out there and say, we're going to blitz. Because you're not as apt at it, and the players aren't as apt at it. So it takes a lot of work, and to implement, let's say, and things that you emphasize in your scheme takes a lot of practice. So I can tell usually how we're going to really execute by how much we practiced it during the week.
Damn, we must never practice it, blitzing. I think all of y'all done lost some brain cells. So what the hell we were practicing for these last 17 to 18 to maybe 20 weeks? Keep in mind, we the 31st ranked defense right now. So what we be practicing then? He said it takes a lot of practicing.
And so all of those things are part of it. So just to answer your question, it's not just scheme, it's execution.
Gary, do you think, looking back, there was a bit of a misevaluation on what he is relative to the talent that you have on the team?
Shit. Y'all saw how long that gap was.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
Jeez.
I don't know that that evaluation may be one thing. I would say that we are not executing. We are not getting done what we even run as a scheme. And so that's very critical to be tried. Support.
I'm done, man. You know, normally I don't go this long, man, but god damn, man. He said, we are not executing. When people say we're not executing the scheme, now my scheme works. I said earlier this week, I said, who fits this scheme on this defense? And I'm going to say this again. Who fits this scheme on defense? What player? Is it Malik Hooker? Is it Donovan Wilson? Is it Kyrie Elam when he was here? Was it Booth? Was it, to a degree, Reddy Stewart, Zion Childress, Osa Diggy-Azua, Quentin Williams, Kenny Clark, K9? But when I held that 9, who fits this scheme? Do Jadeveon Clowney fit this scheme collectively? Donovan Ezra-Raku? Who fits Miroslav File? Y'all name me that person that fit this scheme. Because if we talking about the overall concept that all they have to do is execute and the scheme will be better, in what damn game, if they execute a play, that this team will look better? I get it. You're not going to win on every pass rush. I get that. So that's supposed to be able to make your linebackers win. Your linebackers ain't going to win on every play. So that's supposed to be able to have your safety to win. Your DBs. There was a stretch of games where we went to 6 games without a PBU. Don't you know how crazy that is? That's something that the officials don't even have control over. That's a pass breakup. You went through 6 games this season, consecutive, without a single PBU. So what y'all trying to tell me is that I have a scheme, and I use this even during the time frame with Jason Garrett, because I used to say this offensively. Because that was Jason Garrett. Bottom line, if we execute our plays and we do what we need to do best, we will win games. And I'm still waiting on them games to be won, Jason. But now I'm fast forwarding to this particular season on defense, and you talking about execution. If I put Shaq at the 3-point line and that's my scheme, guess what? It doesn't matter how much I draw up that scheme. But if I utilize Shaq down low inside the post, he would have a better situation as far as his skill set and what he can and can't do as far as his ability. If I look back at all of this, and if I was a coach and I said, Deion Primetime Sanders, I'm going to play you at edge rush. Yeah, he might win a few because of his raw speed and his talent and his capability. But that's not maximizing his capabilities. That's what we've been doing. I literally, Scott brought out a tape a couple of weeks ago, Overshown, how he was aggressively being used under Mike Zim's scheme. And he was considered a top 10 or a top 5 linebacker of all of last season because of how he was utilized on blitzing, harassing the quarterback, being able to dip his shoulder to utilize his skill set. Now Overshown this year, hey, he kind of mid-er to a degree. And I know he's coming off of an injury. I know we had limited expectations of him. But not just Overshown, my guy Donovan Wilson had 5.5 sacks this season, last season. Great analogy. Put Aaron Judge at catcher. Right. and then complain about it, right? Toxic Tom. This is what we dealing with.
Point is, it's a combination of many things when you can't get pressure or you can't stop the run. And but you asked a question earlier. Yes, I thought we could devise ways to get pressure. I really think we.
What happened to him? What happened to him? They cut him short. You know what happened to Jerry?
The interior of the defensive line we have. So I'm pretty optimistic about looking better than we have shown these last few ball games.
Jerry, after
I'm gonna kill y'all for one more segment right here, and we do some.
I need to go through this. I was sent an article by our guy Dave Bartu. He's like a player, college player, does a lot of analytic stuff. If you go back through history, Eberflus's system doesn't generate pressure. It's always been the run defense is not his big issue. It's his pass defense. That's always been.
One time in his career when he's been the defensive coordinator has he had a double-digit sack guy in 20 years. It was just in Houston with the Colts.
And the smoking gun between
and that
this
goes back
year,
to college too. College defenses that he ran never had a double-digit sack guy.
And the smoking gun between so last year their pass EPA was 16th, and now this year it's 30th. Okay, so it's 14 spots below, and you got rid of his best pass rusher. The run defense. He
had a hand in that too.
What's that?
He had a hand in that too.
Getting rid of Mike. Yeah. Well, his rush EPA was 31st last year. It's 31st this year. So no change. So you get Kenny Clark, doesn't improve your run defense. The main difference is last year your interception rate was 10th. This year it's 30th. And so you're not getting extra possessions. And the defense wasn't great last year. It did get better as time went on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like you've got
Zimmer adjusted to who he had.
Your sack rate went from number 2 to number 20, and your overall rank stayed 30th. Like he didn't. I don't know if they didn't vet it, if they didn't go down these numbers that
they didn't. And this is the spoil of riches right now. Man, guys, I promise y'all, man. God Almighty, just give me $5 to $6 million, man. I don't need the billion that Jerry is getting. And I will have a team. I'll go get Toxic Tom. You be one of my scout analysts that be on my panel. And somebody else that's in the chat. And we will comb through every single available defensive coordinator that could be on this particular side. And we would generate a thorough plan of a proposal and say, based off of historical reference, historical data, that this is what this guy brings to the table. Not no damn gut feeling that Jerry did with Matthew Eberflus. Yes, this is what we all did. We just glanced and glossed over. And that's what we supposed to do as fans when Matt Eberflus was named the coordinator here. Because one of the finite issues that we had for this team for a long time, longer than Jay Leno's chin, been linebacker play. And we all thought, most of us, not all of y'all, we all thought that at least at minimum, our linebackers would be able to have the best season possible. We didn't think it would be this damn bad. None of us thought it would be this bad. And now we looking back at the Bears, they had a parade when Matt Eberflus left the building. They was twerking. They were percolating back in the day. They started percolating. It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. You know, they were happy and rejoicing that they got rid of Matthew. And we was kind of looking at it like, yeah, the linebacker room, I know for sure the linebacker room is going to be nice. In every single category. You mean to tell me a franchise I just seen that they said that the Cowboys are now valued at $13 billion with a B, and you don't have a research department, an analytical department to pull these numbers on the front end and say, Jerry, it's possible that these will be the numbers based off of the historical data presented to you on Matthew Eberflus. I hate getting news on the back end after it's been done versus the front end. These things could have been prevented.
If you strength of schedule, adjust his defense, it's always been bad.
They had him before, mom and pop.
They had him before.
We know him. We're familiar.
I need to go.
They robbed us this year, man. Time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. That was a hit song back in the day. They said the same stance over and over again. It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. Yes, indeed. Lord Jerry ain't watching no damn film. He hired his friend. He did a solid. This is the classic, buddy. You started off here. I'm gonna bring you back. Didn't give a damn about us as loyal citizens. We're loyal citizens of the beautiful team of the Cowboys. All we needed this year, man, was a damn defensive coordinator. They can get us in the 20th ranking. They robbed us, man. If I'm Schottenheimer, I'm presenting this to Jerry. And I'm saying, please, Almighty, let me just pick out. I know, Jerry, this your buddy. I know you paying me. Man, I give a piece of my salary, man. I want to win. I give a piece of my salary. Let's go get a real defensive coordinator, man. Not your buddy, not somebody that you know. Stop being comfortable, and there's no growth in comfort, and we need this to happen.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code LAW. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
Download Sleeper. Be sure to use code LAW. And with that being said, 100% of the dollars that you download, they will match it. On top of that, they will, when you open up the app, you will receive $20 from me to you. How about that? So with that being said, let's do this right quick, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe. It's 3:05. Let's go live with this right here.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
Yes, indeed. That's 214 or 817, and every 3 that you can dial. Be sure to reach out to our proud partners, Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers. They backed by a combined of 100 years of total experiences here. They're not located here in the bad parts of the world, but they're located here in the best parts of the world. That's Dallas. Yeah, everybody want to go to Dallas. And with that being said, when you download the Frenkel and Frenkel personal injury lawyers information, be sure to use the wording "law sent you." With that in mind, if you can't dial that number, and if you can't hit 817 or 214, just visit FrenkelFirm.com. Someone there will be able to assist. Cowboy Nation, 657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind here. I got from the 213, your live Odor Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
Yo,
what up?
I got 3 things that irritates me about the Cowboys. Well, for number one is we have no home field advantage. You can literally hear every quarterback make their checks. They don't got to cover their helmets or nothing. You know, like we literally have, our crowd does not make noise against the other team. Second is, it literally killed me watching the Pittsburgh and Lions game and just watching how the Pittsburgh defense was wrapping up and tackling. That's the only thing we do not do. When we had that blitz down the middle, he didn't even try to grab him.
Right.
And tackle.
Right.
And number one is, can we get the Joneses to always stop saying, well, I like these players, I like him. You can like a girl on the street with a big butt and a pretty face, but is she wifey material?
Right. Ooh, yeah.
Is she productive? Let's get some productive players, man. Stop looking like a lot.
Yeah.
With that being said, Cowboy Nation, this has been a hard season.
It's been hard, bro. Yeah.
It has been a hard season, man. And for us not to even attempt to make the playoffs, you know, it's maybe next year, right? But salute there. Salute, Law, man. Keep doing your thing, man.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah. Them Instagram models get you in trouble all the time. Everything flawless. Pretty face, pretty smile, nice backside, nice everything. But can they fry an egg? Can they cook? Right. Do they have any substance with it? You know, you can like something, but is it worth it? You can like a guy to get on this team, but is it worth it? We stayed too long with the Reddy Stewarts, man. We stayed too long with the Kyer Elam. We played around too long with people that we said that we like and we didn't get no results from. I've been banging on this table for a long time to get Asante Samuel Jr. Pedigree, bloodline. Just bring him in just for a cup of coffee. But we stayed too long. We have a guy that's on this team named Peyton Turner. We held on to that guy forever and a day. And if I don't see him play in these last 2 games, we held on to players too long that don't give us anything in return. We identified issues as it relates to Mike linebacker. I get it. You strike out sometimes with Sanborn, right? With Murray. And then you bring in Logan Wilson. I'm not saying that I'm going to beat up Logan Wilson. But these guys that I named are not household names. On top of that, when you start to contextualize it, all of those guys that I just mentioned, from Sanborn to Murray to a Wilson, they haven't been on top 10 defenses ever. So, what are we doing here, Jerry? If these guys execute, it doesn't matter. The proof is already in the pudding. I got from the 781. You're live.
What up, my brother?
What's up, Jimmy? What's good with you, man?
Long time, my man.
I know, man.
Listen. I'm going to start off by saying Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and Happy Holidays to you.
Likewise.
And to all of Cowboys Nation, man. I love you all. Well, you know, you mean a lot to me, brother. You're the best, man. You know that.
Appreciate
and one day we're gonna meet, and one day I'm gonna buy you a drink, and we're gonna talk.
Come on,
but listen, I don't know what to say about this year. I really don't. And I'm 54 years old, man. I last time we won the Super Bowl, I was in my mid-20s, Law.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, you were like 24, 24, 23, 24-ish, you know. Yeah.
Right? Right. So, and I don't even know what to say. I love this team. You know, I'm a diehard. I've been a fan for so long. And, you know, this year, you know, basically what we can sum up in one word is defense and the lack of. The defense destroyed this team this year.
It did.
We had the offense, and even though I understand it underperformed at certain moments and it wasn't perfect, but let's face it, our offense was top level and our defense was absolute trash.
Indeed.
And that's the shame. And you can't, like I told my son, you can't win in this league without at least an above-average defense. You know, and until they fix this defense, I don't know what's going to happen, man. But that's number one priority is this defense. It has to be the number one focus in the offseason because, you know, our pieces are there. We have George Pickens. Hopefully they sign him. We have CD. We have Dak. We have a pretty good offensive line. You know, we're missing maybe another running back with a little bit more explosiveness. I don't know what's going on with Blue. I don't know if he's gonna, you know, end up doing anything. But I'm not worried about our offense. It's our defense that's the issue. And you know, they need to fix that. You know, if we're going to take that next step, it's just been disappointing, man. You know, especially when we're used to three years in a row in the playoffs with McCarthy. Now it's 2 years in a row sitting home. You know what I mean? That's not the Cowboy way, man. It's not.
No.
You say what you want about this team. Yes, we haven't won a Super Bowl in a very long time, but you know what? We've been competitive. We've won. We've had the number one seed a few times. We just fucking choke.
Yep.
You know, it all comes down to that. So that's it. No matter what, I love this team. You know, I bleed silver and blue, brother, and you know, I wish you nothing but the best, and we're going to talk soon.
No doubt, man. Jimmy the Greek, man. Appreciate you from the 781. Yeah. It'll be a double hen on a big block. Yeah. I want mine as neat in a glass. Put that plastic cup down, you know? Yes, indeed. I got from the 214. You're live. Darius, talk to me, man.
Was my reception good?
Man, you good. You good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So the first thing I wanted to tell you, Law, is I don't think coaches are built like they were back in the day. When you was talking about Jimmy Johnson, like, you know, I definitely crave to have one of those coaches like that because that's what we need. But I don't, even if you look at the coaches that's in the league right now, like the closest that you can get to something like that has been Mike Vrabel.
I remember you were saying that you was keen on him, you know, and
no, I was a Ben Johnson guy.
You Ben Johnson, okay, so yeah. Ben Johnson is similar like that. He ain't no smiley, happy-go-lucky. That brother be like, man, I'm on the next play, man. Yeah. And he know his value. He wanted $15 to $16 million. He wasn't gonna play around at 4 or 5. And you should always know your worth, right? And I like the way he commanded that team. You know, he went against the odds. I mean, for 1 year, people were saying that Jaden Daniels could walk on water. Now you don't hear none of them people because they was taking a real dump on Caleb. They were taking a real good dump on Caleb Williams, man. And Caleb this season, yeah. Caleb this season, hey, he threw some dimes, man, and he's going to be here to stay around and play for a long time. Now you tell me, you told me about Caleb Williams before the draft, before he was drafted, and you told me about the other kid, Dylan or Dylan or something like that. I forgot his name. Looked like the bootleg version of Pat Mahomes. Rayola. Yeah. I remember our conversations.
You remember that?
Hell yeah. I go all the way back, man, when you were talking about the quarterbacks.
Remember I was telling you about Dylan Rayola. Rayola got some developing to do. So I'm a dial it back a little bit on my boy Rayola, you know. I did tell you about him though.
You did tell me about him. Yeah, but go ahead, bro. Yeah.
But yeah, I was just trying to say, like, I don't know if coaches are built like that, like they was back in the day, like as far as like being a disciplinarian.
Right.
Because back in the day, all of them were like Tom Coughlin, Dick Vermeil, the Mora the Mora coach who used to be like playoffs, him.
Jim Mora.
They used to all be like that. They just not like that now. I'm just saying the closest you can probably get to that would be a Mike Vrabel, Kyle Shanahan. You know, they just don't come like that. You just gotta and then Mike McDonald with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You just gotta kind of take what you can get. You know, if you can get something close, similar to that. And then that's just kind of how that is. But what I was going to say, it's a defensive coach named Corey Heatherman. If you get a chance, look him up. He's a defensive coordinator right now for the Miami Hurricanes. If you talk to Michael Irvin, whenever you get a chance, if you go back to 88 Club, because I know y'all, you be over there.
Man, they shut it down, man. Used to hard. The restaurants was hard to keep up. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah,
what?
They shut that down, man. Hey, restaurant business, man. It's hard, man.
Dang, I ain't even get to get a plate of. Let me stay on topic. Corey Heatherman. Like I said,
is that the guy that called out Michael? I'm trying to find that clip, and he was like, "Hey, you're a great guy, playmaker." Oh no, that's Syracuse coach, right? He called him out.
Oh no, yeah, I know you're talking about. They ain't who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Little Jabroni. Little Jabroni thought he was doing something. Nah, I ain't talking about him.
But you talking about the actual Hurricane coach, right? You talking about him?
No, I'm not talking about Mario Cristobal. I'm talking about the defensive coordinator.
Oh,
his name is Corey Heatherman.
And
he's a linebacker. He's a defensive coordinator, but he's a linebacker guy.
Mm-hmm.
He got the defense in, I think in top categories for the for NCAA or college right now. I think I don't know if the Cowboys is gonna do it, but if I could do anything, I would try to put like a plant in somebody's ear and tell them like, hey, this Corey Heatherman, man, he the real deal. You might want to go and get him before Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, one of them type of characters. They go and get him because sooner than later he's gonna be either a head coach for a college team or a defensive coordinator in the NFL, and we're gonna be like, damn, where he come from? Remember, I'm telling you about him right now. So like, if please, I don't know if you can make a clip or something. I'm letting you know, man. Corey Heatherman, that dude is the real deal, man. So yeah, I just wanted to put that in your ear right quick, and I just wanted to tell you like, oh, by the way, when you was in high school, did y'all go state with the Doc River? What's the coach name? Doc Land.
Doc Woods. Doc Woods. We won 97 and 98.
Oh, y'all won the state 97 and 98.
Yep, back to back.
Damn.
5A. Natchez High 5A.
Oh yeah, was 5A. Okay. Yeah. I see you did. All right. But no, this what I want to know. And just put that in your ear, man. Check him out, the boy Corey Heatherman, the Miami defensive coordinator.
No doubt, bro. I'm definitely gonna look that up, man. Appreciate you for calling in, Darius. Appreciate you.
Yes, indeed.
Good call from a man. When I pull this up, I got to give some corrections, by the way. Appreciate everybody, man, because I want to be accurate, and actual and factual with this information. So this is what I found on this website, and they only give me 10. I can't find out where Schottenheimer is at, but I can only imagine because McCarthy was getting $4.5 million or $4.2 million or something like that. But these are your coaching salaries, and keep in mind that just because you pay a coach, that doesn't mean that you're gonna win. But to be fair, all these damn coaches in the postseason, outside of Kelvin or O'Donnell, who's getting paid $13 million. Ben Johnson is getting paid $13 million. Mike Vrabel is getting paid $14. Kyle Shanahan is getting paid $14. Nicholas Sirianni is getting paid $15 million. Sean McVay is getting paid $15. Jim Harbaugh is getting paid $16. Mike Tomlin is getting paid $16. John is getting $17. Sean Payton is $18. And Andy Reid is getting paid $20 million. So you do get for what you pay for. And I can see the trophies up there as well on this wonderful site. So you do get paid for what you get paid. I don't think that the Cowboys will ever pay a but a coach north of $10 million. I don't think that they'll pay a coach $7 to $8 million. So you're going to have to get slave with pay labor type of situation over here in Cowboys land. So, and I'm going to tell y'all across the board, I'm being transparent as possible. If they ain't going to pay that damn head coach that much money, you can only phantom and imagine what the ancillary coaches are getting. They are getting paid dog food as it relates to their positionings. So you just going to have to you're going to have to like to coach for the love of being a coach over here in Cowboys land. Let me say this again. So your strength and conditioning, coach ain't going to make a lot of money. Your linebackers coaching, they're not finna make a lot of money here in Dallas. I'm just telling y'all. So you might give some side money for doing some things as it relates to sponsors stuff and all of this stuff, but you ain't getting paid over here. Jerry is not opening up his wallet. So for 30 years and 30 seasons, when he made that statement, hold on, let me see if I can find it. I'm not beating up Jerry and them, but I am. I'm beating up Jerry when he say
anything known to man.
Hold on, let me.
I do anything known to man to get in a Super Bowl. That's a fact. And there's nothing in my mind that can have a higher priority than that. I do anything.
20, 18, 17, 16, 16, 15. Hey, so all of that stuff that y'all like with Sean McVay. Now, I don't know how Nick Sirianni's stealing money, but I get it. He's a Super Bowl champion coach now, so it's hard for me to even fight that. But at the end of the day, he don't belong in this list, but there's a whole nother conversation. Kyle Shanahan, Mike Vrabel, Ben Johnson, a rookie coach. Jerry Jones have never paid a coach $13 million. Never. Boy, y'all can get me canceled on all platforms now, bro. I got 901. You in the building. Talk to me.
Shout out Law Nation. Shout out Memphis. Shout out Cowboy Nation. Shout out TSU. Shout out JSU.
Yep.
Shout out Grambling, Southern, Morehouse, Spelman, Delta State. Hey, yo, School Prairie View, even though they got you.
Yeah.
In town, in the house. Much love, Cowboy Nation. Get back up off my coach a little bit. Imagine what he had to go through this year.
Oh, yeah.
I think the tide is turning. The tide is turning. I saw the coach get more and more power throughout the season. I think Jerry Jones is finally starting to get it. Schottenheimer did an exceptional job with the offense, with Jerry clouding over him, probably making him do stuff he didn't want to do. They tried to make him force the ball to George Pickens.
Yeah.
When CD, Flournoy were eating. I don't know why George Pickens ain't doing this. Because CD and Flournoy bought it. But we need to get rid of your guy, Ferguson. We need a great tight end. I'm not too much worried about the offense, just like your previous caller said. Troy Aikman walked into the playoffs with the number one defense every year. Number one, number two, number three defense. Every year he went to the playoffs, folks. Yeah. Troy Aikman win a game. The game when Emmitt Smith broke his shoulder. Do people forget the score in that game? It was 13-16 in overtime. Emmitt Smith breaking his shoulder. They don't mention nothing about our defense. We need defense. I want a Ray Lewis. I want a Ed Reed. I want a Deion Sanders. I want a Micah Parsons. That's all I got.
No doubt, man.
It's out of the house. I'm out. Merry Christmas. M-Town the house.
Yes, indeed, man. somebody comments, boy. Y'all crazy. Shout out to Shouting. Y'all crazy. That's my guy, 901, man. I be having some low spirits, but he'll bring me up. I got Queen from the 910, and I got the 201. which is 100 grand. But Queen from the 910, you in? Talk to me.
Hey, y'all. The only thing I called about was the fact that we need to hurry up and get rid of Ferguson. I have never seen him in all these years until this year. Every time he gets the ball, he falls over on his side like a tipped cow.
Yeah.
And don't want to run nowhere. Trying to slide like he's a quarterback. Get your ass up and get some extra yards.
Facts.
I'm sick of that. I noticed that he was doing that a lot. Every time he catch the ball, he want to fall on his side so he don't get hit. Run your ass down there, field, you fat fucker. He done gain all that daggone weight. Anyway, that's all I had to say. How about the Cowboys? And let them hang, y'all.
Let them hang. Queen mad at that Ferg, man. Hey, that lady been wearing his legs out, man. Whoever that lady that make them jackets and clothes and stuff like that. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to Ferguson, but he ain't hurdling nobody anytime soon. 3.8 yards after catch. I mean, God, Lord. Jason Witten was 4, and we were complaining about that. So, in essence, Ferg will lose a foot race to Jason Witten. Bring Blake Jarwin back. Where Jarwin is at, man? Where the Jarwin's at, man? And I'm not beating up Ferg, but I am. Like I said, man, people were putting on capes and everything and saying that, hey, man, he's better than Brevin Spann, Ford, and Fairweather. And I'm sitting here looking at the tape, and I'm looking at what I seen in training camp. The only thing that saved Jake Ferguson to be on this team is he a cool dude, man. He's a real cool personality guy. But his tape don't show anything that can explain why he getting his money that he's getting and why he's getting the time that he's getting. Outside the fact that he's a cool guy. And Dak Prescott spams him. That's what your tight end is supposed to get the ball. The tight end is supposed to be the safety release valve for your quarterback. But he didn't name me the game that you had to sit back and say, man, that Ferg right there, man, he saved us. Offensively speaking. I got from the 201, 100 grand with the plan. Talk to me, man.
Ferg started playing like that. You know, he got concussed last year. So he's scared.
Oh, he's scared.
He don't want to get no more concussions. Yeah. That's why he ain't trying to ball nobody over. He ain't trying to get no extra yards. He's trying to catch the ball and get down. If he could get extra yards, he gonna take it. You can't play football like that, man.
Not at the tight end. The tight end supposed to be the grit guy. Yeah. And it's crazy because last year I was advocating for Ferg. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, you know, he had the head, you know, that's why he had the bad season, you know, and I was trying to, because there was an angle where people were saying that Schoolmaker was better, you know, which they were right to a degree. Two things can be true. But I was trying to paint the picture for people to stop saying Schoolmaker is better. Not knowing that, you know what, they should have went into this season, prove it, you know, contract year, prove it, Ferg. They should have went to the season and proven it. They would have let Ferg, Iceberg, and all of the Fergs walk.
Ferg trying to make sure he see all that money.
But he got it all now. Yeah,
he got concussed. He trying to make sure he see all of it. He ain't trying to get hurt so he could get cut. He trying to make sure he see all that money, man. He got concussed last year and he got scared, man. I believe that's exactly what happened, man. And it sucks for us, man. If Ferg would have did his job, imagine how this offense would have been. We probably would have won a couple of those games.
Yeah.
You know?
Because the attention always been on, you know, the two outer receivers. And what you wanted from Ferg is the seam route, but he's been like 2 or 3 steps slow. And now you have linebackers being able to be foot to foot with him. It's supposed to be a disadvantage for the other team when you have a Ferg that can beat you on a foot chase in the middle of that field, and it's been like these people been on him like white on rice.
And we said that in the offs. We said Ferg gonna have a big year. CD and Pickens on the outside.
Yeah.
Ferg gonna eat it up. We said it in the off season. We said Ferg gonna have a great year. What?
And that's the only reason why a third of us said, you know what? We're not mad at him getting the $50 million because the Joneses will look like geniuses because they know he's finna have a good year. It's the inverse.
Right. You did a good job. You did a good job paying him early because if he would, the year that we thought he was going to have, he would imagine the money he would have had. But it ain't happened like that, man. And if the Cowboys would have let Flo start early on instead of Jalen, we probably would have won some games.
Yeah.
Because of that too.
Yeah, it tells that too. Yeah.
You know, it's just, man.
It's damage you do,
man.
Damage you do,
we
damage
always
you don't.
$1 short, man.
Yeah.
And it's like people saying, get this guy, get that guy, get this guy, get that guy, until the coach is able to coach. Now we seen. Okay, maybe he does have a little bit of power. Maybe he does. We need, man, it's like they giving him little bits of power, but they not giving him the whole range.
Yeah.
That's why, I'm like, yeah, we could have got this coach and we could have got that coach, but they got to deal with the Joneses, man.
And you see how less they paying these guys too, though. It's just crazy.
But Law, I don't think that doesn't matter. Imagine if, the Joneses give you 13 million, 14 million, 16 million, but they don't get out the way.
Damn, yeah, you're right.
Is the money gonna matter?
No, you're right.
If I'm paying you, if they paying them 13, 14, 50 million, they might control more. I'm paying you this amount of money. I'm definitely gonna tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So therein lies the problem.
Yeah.
Therein lies the problem, man. When you got the Eagles guys over there and they doing what they need to do, that's because their owner. Go handle the business. Go do what you got to do. The only time I'm going to step in is when A.J. Brown, you talking too much. I need to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time he comes in and steps up. Like, and nobody's you ain't listening to nobody. I got to come downstairs and come talk to you. You know what I'm saying? And okay, if their GM ain't doing good, I got to come down and say, hey, if you ain't getting the job done, son, I'm about to let you go. That's the only time you hear from them. Other than that, go out there and handle y'all business and do what y'all got to do.
Yeah. I just pulled it up.
That over here.
Schottenheimer's making $4.5 million, and I feel you on that, for those who wanted to know.
He's making $4.5 million.
All right. So
he got the best best offense in the whole NFL. But when you got Jerry Jones hiring his buddies, and that's what we killed Mike McCarthy for, hiring his buddies. Here you got Jerry hiring his buddies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. Like, what other organization is doing that? We gonna hire the coach, and then we gonna come on, man. That's what I'm saying. Shoddy don't got no unless they say, you know what, Shoddy, we gonna fire this guy. You pick your own guy. You pick. Let him pick his staff. Let's go and rock. Not only did you hire this guy, you let this guy bring in his own staff as well. So it's like Shoddy didn't even pick his staff. He picked his own staff. He brought all the losers from over there and brought them over here.
Yeah.
It's like the Joneses got to stop doing that, man.
All right, so I just pulled it up. All right, so I'm just trying to figure it out, and I'm not trying to use money as a tool, right? But I got to. Right. All right, so Matthew Eberflus was making $6 million APY as the coach for the Bears.
More than the head coach.
No, for the Bears.
I was about to say.
All right, but here in Dallas, his salary, according to the information that I pulled up, he's making $4 million So he's making $500,000 less than the head coach. So hold on. Yeah. So he's making only $5,000 less. So $500,000 less. So it's crazy when we think about it. And not saying that money motivates people, but when you contextualize the fact, now I know Sirianni got a Super Bowl ring or what have you, he's getting $15 million. How many times 4.5 million can go into 15 million? You see what I'm saying? It's like the respect level of like, this is where you want your coaches to be at, but you're not even empowering them financially. And you expecting to get the same results. Even like Ben Johnson's getting paid $13 million, right? It's just like crazy how much money that is the difference. For people to understand this, $100,000, think about this. Let's say you make $100,000 a year. And I think you probably make more. I know you make more. You make more. I know you're making that big money.
Yeah. I don't make anything.
Yeah.
I'm broke. I don't make nothing. I don't know what Law talking about. I'm broke as a joke, dog. Hey,
yeah. No. Now should decree a thing and it shall be established.
That's the law of nature.
Okay. All right.
Got that big money. I'm trying to get on his level.
All right. So for someone to make $100,000 a year, you would think from $100,000 a year to $1 million is a far thing, right? It's like really far. So imagine.
It's not really far.
Yeah. But I'm talking about, you make $100,000 and then Joe Blow down the street make $1 million a year. I mean, that's technically like far. Can you imagine making? Yeah. Can you imagine making $4 million? And then you competing against someone that's making $15 million, and everybody's saying that you make more. You are a better coach. That's what's been going on here for the Cowboys for the last 30 years.
But like I said, not only are they making the money, you're getting the responsibilities as well. I'm not stepping in and looking over your shoulder.
True.
Making corrections. That's the problem. You can get a man all the money, but you better make it happen. And if you don't make it happen, I'm letting you go. But you got full autonomy to do whatever it takes to make it happen. That doesn't happen over here, Law. That's the problem. If these guys had that same situation, then I could say, you know what, Law? You right.
Right.
But it's not. When you got the owner hiring people before they hire you. You got the owner. You got to keep this guy. You got to keep that guy. Make it work with him. Make it work with this dude over there. Matter of fact, I want this player. I want that player. This player to play. All that. No, there's no way you can win when you got to work around all that.
Yeah,
and you got to present. You got to do a PowerPoint presentation before every game to let you know, to let the owners know who playing, why they playing, what's the reason for it. Wait a minute, he getting paid this money, so you want him to play? All right, cool. I hope it work out. You got to do game plans based off the amount of money that somebody playing, rather than saying, okay, this guy is better than him. Lord, there's no way we gonna win over here, man. There's no way when you gotta deal with that. These other coaches don't gotta deal with that, Lord. They don't. First year, okay, I'm gonna give you some power. Next year, since it didn't work the way that I wanted it to work, see, the Joneses' problem is they wanted to win their way. And if we gonna give you a little bit of power, and if it don't work out, we take that little bit of power from you. You know what I'm saying? Rather than saying I'm gonna wipe my hands, I still do the press conferences every single day, but I'm not gonna tell you who to play, when to play. I don't care about the money. You could do whatever you want. Until that happens, Law, same thing for the last 30 years, man. And then people say, Law, listen, Law. It's like we like the Giants over here, Law. That's how bad it is. We like the Giants. Only difference is we ain't getting first-round picks every year. It's bad, man. It is bad.
Man, you right on that, man.
Cause you see how Jerry is kind of rolling back his words.
Yeah.
We got hype. Matt might be gone. Matt might be gone. Now it's not the scheme. They just not execute. Where's it come from?
And you know what?
I thought you wanted him out of there, bro.
Here's the other part of it, and I think, ooh, shit. I just answered my own problem, and I solved the solution. You remember when somebody called in and they said, "Well, why don't we play like those other teams, right?"
Right.
Like from a coach. I think the culture here is the Cowboys just do enough to get by, even though there could be another strong candidate, right, to come here to coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I break this down, like your coach is supposed to be like a principal at a high school, as far as their staff. Your head coach is supposed to be the highest paid coach. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then your other people. So Schottenheimer's getting paid $4.5 million. Eberflus is getting paid $4 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when we try to compete against those other teams, that when you turn on that tape and you seeing that their linebacker room is playing phenomenal, when you seeing that the DB room is playing phenomenal, it's because those guys, they know their worth and their value. You see, there could be a finite defensive coordinator that's out there that will be willing to coach for the Cowboys, but the Cowboys will only offer them $3 million, $2 million, right? And they say, shoot, why would I do that? And I can get at least $4-5 million as being a positioning coach. Al Harris is getting paid $3 million being a positioning coach up there. You get what I'm saying? So you pay for what you get. The Cowboys would never. You know what I'm saying?
But don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Big bro. But why Al Harris ain't stay here? Because you know what he said? You know what he said?
What'd he say?
They wouldn't let me run the DB room how I wanted to run it. So I'm out. So what does that mean, Law? The apple don't fall far from the tree. The coaches can't coach how they want here.
That too. You right about that. You right about that.
Can. So that's why we don't play like those other teams. Because those other coaches get to coach how they want to coach.
Yeah.
In Law. You know why we ain't getting paid over here? Because we America's team. If you coach good, you're going to be in every primetime game. You're going to be a household name. You know why? Because you coach for the Dallas Cowboys. So I don't have to pay you $10 million, $12 million, $13 million.
Yeah, true.
If you become a good coach here, you can coach anywhere else in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's why they don't get paid over here, because of the visibility that we got as the Dallas Cowboys. No other team got that. That's why we don't gotta pay the coaches that type of money, Law. Because if you coach good, after 1 year you can leave.
You can leave,
Get your money somewhere else.
Case in point, the Saints are paying Kellen Moore $7.5 million. Are you right?
That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Kellen Moore making $7.5.
$7.5 million, man.
Oh
and
my
looking
God!
Like stir-fried trash.
Yo.
But guess what?
Guess
what?
What?
I can guarantee you right now, that's just year one.
Yeah.
Give it about 2 to 3 years. I guarantee you, they'll probably be in the playoffs, and we'll be like, "Yo, what happened?
What happened here?
Why are they in the playoffs?"
Yeah.
Because he got full reign over there to make it work and make it happen. The Joneses don't do that for their coaches, man.
Yeah.
That's why we don't have that. The coaches play politics. Don't throw this guy the ball. Don't get this guy the ball. So. I want this guy to play. Let's get our rookie out there, even though he was hurt. Get him out there because I'm paying him money. You know what I'm saying? Diggs, man, we don't like him. Our feelings is hurt. Put him on the bench. Other teams don't have to deal with that, man.
Yeah,
you're right. They don't have to deal with that.
Damn.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Come on, man. We had Tariq Hill doing all types of mess over there. He still was on the field. He still was playing. The owner didn't say, man, you getting tickets, you having babies all over the place, boom, 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 I'm sitting you down. No, that man played. The only reason why he ain't playing now, because he got hurt, torn ACL. They take care of when it's time to pay you or re-up your contract, that's when they step in and handle their business as owners. They don't do it every week on the field, how Jerry and Stephen Jones do. And on top of that, Jerry and Stephen Jones got two different visions for this team. You told me Stephen Jones didn't want Schottenheimer. Stephen Jones wanted another coach.
Vrabel.
I heard you say that.
He wanted Vrabel. He wanted Vrabel.
That's a problem, Law. That's a problem. Because now Stephen Jones, Jerry, see, you wanted him. See?
Yeah.
And this the other guy that I wanted. See? So it's backstabbing going on in the front office. And it's been happening for 30 years. That's a problem. It's not one voice making decisions. You got Jerry and Stephen Jones with two different visions for this team. That's a problem.
You think
it starts at the top?
You think that you could have got Vrabel for 4.5?
I think Stephen Jones would have paid that man any amount of money he wanted. If he wanted him, he would have paid him that. I think Stephen want to win. Jerry Jones want to win his way, but I think Stephen Jones wants to win. Period.
So you teams SJ? You think SJ can?
I think Stephen Jones wouldn't mind spending that money. I think Stephen Jones wouldn't mind spending that money, man, if it's reasonable. If you got skins on the wall and you got the history, I wouldn't mind paying you. Come here and make it happen. Because you told me Stephen Jones don't want to be visible like that. Stephen Jones don't want to do all this stuff. So that's telling me in my mind, Stephen Jones will say, you the coach, I hired you to be the coach, go get the job done. I'm not going to be meddling. Jerry Jones want to be in the meetings.
You know what it is?
All this stuff going on.
Jerry Jones said, I'm the damn coach, man. You know, y'all just by name, but I'm the coach.
That's what I'm saying. You think he not in those meetings? You think he not in those meetings saying, oh, why this guy not playing more? Why that guy not playing more? He ain't calling the plays, but he's determined who plays. Come on, man. We done had Des Bryant say it. Cole Beasley say it. Other teams don't have to deal with that. We laughed at DeMarcus Lawrence when he went to Seattle. They ain't winning no Super Bowl over there.
He a Pro Bowler now. They damn good over there. Shit.
The #1 seed.
Pro Bowl
right now.
Yeah.
No, they the #1 seed in the
Yeah. You ain't lying. Shoot, they doing their thing over there in Seattle land. 12-3. Yeah.
And he was hurt this year too. He wasn't healthy all year. He was hurt. All this stuff. Come on, man. And he balling out. Why guys leave and ball out, Law? Why?
Remove the politics.
If Dak Prescott was to leave, I guarantee you he'll win a Super Bowl somewhere else. I guarantee you. If they don't renew his contract and they talking about, oh, we got 2 years with Dak. All y'all going to be crying, talking about Dak Prescott this, Dak Prescott that. Man, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Why guys leave? If Trayvon Diggs leave, I guarantee you next year he ball out somewhere else.
And that's going to be a prominent thing.
Too much politics this year. It's too much. Look at the running back.
Which one?
That left here last year. He was here last year.
Oh, Rico.
Left. They in the playoffs. He balled out.
Man. Boy Rico, extension and all. But in closing, because I forgot to look at this time, man. But in closing,
But you know that's what I'm saying, man. Until they fall back, man, it's gonna be the same thing and the same thing and the same thing. I could see the same script repeating next year, man. You know what I mean? We going to get a better player at the trade deadline. It's too late. It's always too late, man. It's always too late, Law.
They
Always.
lying, bro.
It's too late or it's $1 short.
They laid $1 short, which is a good movie too, by
All
the way.
right,
Man, appreciate you for calling in, man. No doubt, man. Good call for my guy. 100 grand. Let me see if they don't have it available yet for us to see. But with that being said, let's do this.
The conference has been locked.
I'm gonna get to y'all three, and let's see if y'all can make it quick, because I've been live way too long. Got a super chat though.
At Robert Opal, $8,289.05. Jerry Jones, 30 years not winning ASB. 2026, is it? 30 years clueless.
30 years clueless, man. You right. My notion is of this, and a shout out to my guy for ranting. 100 grand, he had some great valid points. My notion of this is we do compete enough to win. But when you look at the total sum of everything, that nobody on this staff, as far as the coaching aspect, is making more than 4.5 than Schottenheimer. So when we ask about Benghazi's, the Aaron Whitecottons of the world, the Overstreets, and we start asking about the Connor Rileys and the Clayton Adams, when we face off versus other people, they going out to get the best of the best, quality control guys, right? People who's not looking for second and third chances, but people who literally knowing and have extreme confidence in what they're saying and they know their worth. So that is across the board. That will be my only rationale of thinking of the reason why we've been having across the board horrid situations here. Like I mentioned, the Jeff Blasco's of the world, the Scott McCurley's, that football is a game of inches, but so is coaching. You pay for what you get. I'm not saying throwing money at this and you will be able to win games, but you're paying for what you get. Maybe Glenn out of Philly can help contextualize what I'm trying to say here. 215, you're live on The Nation. Talk to me.
Yo, what up, Law? How you doing, bro?
All is well. Can't complain.
Been a minute, been a couple of weeks. I'm just disgusted. 100 grand. He said basically everything that I was going to say. He said it in a different way. You try to expose his net worth, so now he's 100 no grand. He's 100 no grand.
100 no grand. He's like, wait a minute, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing. Yeah, man. I was basically going to say the same thing. You can pay the coach for one.
Right.
Jerry is not going to hire that coach that will demand that type of salary because Jerry wants control. Just like 100 grand said.
Right.
You can pay a guy something, but if you dangling the puppet strings over him, what is that for? It's all for naught.
Right.
So he's not even going to bring in that coach that will. Sean Payton should have never left our house.
Right.
He should have never left our house. Point blank. Period. But he knew Sean Payton's personality. He knew what he was about. He said, "I'm not going to be able to control this guy, so let him walk." Jerry is going. I mean, Law, we say this every year. He's going to hire who he can control. He sits down. He talks to the guys off the record. You're going to get this. take it or leave it. I'm going to have certain control. Can you deal with it? If you can't, go find, go somewhere else. These conversations are already made. He already makes and already had these meetings. These guys are not going to come over here and coach for pennies and be controlled by this fool. They may like Hunter Grant said, they may take something under, they may take a little cut, but then once they figure like, yo, you still going to control everything? I'll take a cut, but let me run the show.
Yeah.
And then let me prove to you that I deserve 13 to 15 million. But that will never happen. Just like you would never hire a black DC. There's certain things that this fool is not going to do. He's so confusing. He always want return on investment, but you pay Hunter big money, and then you tell your coach, okay, he's good for special teams. He's good for here and there. We haven't seen Hunter until last week. This past game. Like, it makes no sense. You get this other running back, you bring this other running back in the house that nobody heard of. You show film on him, other people show film on him. He looked good. Did they call him up yet?
Nope.
He just played is smoke and mirrors. I've been saying this. Other people have been saying this. We say at the end of the year, we are all saying the same thing. The one thing that hasn't changed is him. When you look at these other games and you see these plays, these moves, people using other players, we don't do that because he'll let Shotty have about 3 games where Shotty can go in his bag, and then that's it. You can tell the games that Jerry doesn't have his thumbprint on, and you can tell the games that I'm watching it. Yeah. I'm like, oh, Jerry's sitting back on this one. We cooking. But then when you see those dumbass plays that we call, those are Jerry plays. Those are Jerry telling Shotty throughout this game, I need the ball to go to this person, that person, this person. And that's, we've been saying this for years. I've been watching this team since 70. That we've been saying we didn't have this issue before him. We didn't have this issue when Jimmy, but as soon as Jimmy rode, the issue has been the same. So that's on that rant. I have a question for you. If you were the person that's taking over the draft, and they said, I can give you 4 players. You can pick 2 of these 4 players. These 4 players are the best at what they do. The 4 players position is middle linebacker, running back, edge, cornerback. And these are all 4 top at what they do, elite. You only can take 2 to help your team. What 2 are you taking out of
Robert
that 4?
Opal,
Hold tight, I got a super chat.
$89.10. Jerry will keep losing until he read flow. The psychology of optimal experience is Mahaley Chick sent me hi. Adopted by former Dallas Cowboys coach Jimmy Johnson, 1993 Super Bowl.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, Robert. Appreciate you for the support. Yeah. Now repeat that question again, Glenn out of Philly.
4 players. The top at what they do. And it's the draft. You can have 2 of these 4 players. And these positions are running back, middle linebacker, or linebacker, however you want to call it, edge rusher, cornerback. These are the 4, the best that they can do, but you only can take 2. Where are you going?
I'm going linebacker and edge rusher. The reason why is I need to have the ability to affect the quarterback at all costs. Create that situation to move them off their marker and get them off of that point of contact. The linebacker is the quarterback of the field, somebody that control the hook in the flat. I know for sure I got building blocks. I got Quentin Williams for another season. I got a young, promising edge rush out of Donovan Ezeraku, who led all rookies in pass pressure. I know that Jadeveon Clowney is a good season for this year, but that's 1 year to the next. At that age, I have to plan to make sure I secure that. So I'm going edge rusher and Mike linebacker for those things. I know my linebacker, if he's solid, he's going to help out my safety because most safety read keys off the linebacker. And with the edge rushing, if they can contain the edge and get to the quarterback, that's a plus for us. I know Ezeraku going to have more tools in his belt next season because because he's been so close but no cigar guy. I can't imagine that going into the next year. So that was solidified those positionings on the defense. I'm going all defense. I'm looking at running back in free agency.
All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, DayLateDollarShort.com. I've been saying that for the last 5-10 years. 100 grand called it too. That's what this organization is, and that's all because of that man upstairs. He'll keep doing what you're doing. We love you, boy. Looking forward to the draft. What you wearing? Double-breasted or single-breasted or vest? What you wearing, bro?
Man, single breast, man. We're going to get it going, bro.
All right, peace out.
Peace,
At
man.
G Cuddy, $7,991 9.99.
Yeah.
Jerry still scarred from Jimmy getting all TH credit. This is why he will never get a coach that will be higher profile than him. He rather continue to be lost in the wilderness.
Yeah, appreciate you, G Cuddy. I don't know where it went to. I'm looking for it. But I agree. All right, so I did the quick AI research, and it states that Mike McCarthy was the highest paid coach in the last 30 years and 30 seasons with the Cowboys, with making roughly close to $8 million. He had a ramp-up deal, so from 4 to 8, and now Schottenheimer is getting paid 4.5. I'm not trying to make this about money, but I'm just saying that could be a deal, whereas our team look flat or our team have lack of resources from other teams. Like we've been seeing, like other teams, they be so geared and analytical and all of this stuff, whereas the Cowboys, they just seem to be flat at times. But it is for what it is. Big man from the 202, you're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me.
How about them Cowboys? Yo. Get on a positive note. It's too much negative. First off, I'm away. I'm in an Amish paradise right now. Poolside.
Okay.
So I'm just calling in. I'll keep it relatively short. Two things. Eberflus and Shoddy. They're both milking the bull. We know it. That's clear as day. He said it. He would defer to Jerry, and Jerry acknowledged that right in the first meeting they had in public.
Right.
But and the second thing is, we're like the Harlem Globetrotters in Washington Generals, man. I can't help but think it's kind of like all rigged. We fall for the same thing. And the other callers addressed it as well. We're 30 years. And let me just preface this, and I've said it before with you as well, is that Jerry Jones, ownership knows what it takes to win. They know what pieces are missing. We're just in the backfield looking at this as pawns. They're playing us. They build up our hopes all the time, and we're fans. We're always going to do that.
Hold tight, Amish. Appreciate you.
Why don't we use more cover 3, because you know it allows for hidden coverage and creativity. This defense wasn't fooling anyone with cover 2 plays.
No doubt. Queen, I will answer that after my guy Big Amish. But appreciate you for the super chat. Big Amish, what's good?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that Jerry knows what it takes to win.
He do.
He knows what it takes, the type of players, and he knows it all. He just plays us. He's like the Wizard of Oz. He puts on his show. He wants the drama. Why? Because at the end of the day, he is winning. He's winning the economic Super Bowl. He has advanced that franchise value and the NFL combined to enormous levels. He doesn't care about the Super Bowl. I don't know why, but he doesn't care. It's like he's toying with us. Right? And he only does a move when everyone's clamoring and screaming, and the money he's paying different media to promote the Cowboys all the time in a positive fashion. I'm not saying they're not due. They are due. But Jerry has his hand in it to make sure nothing bad comes out about Jerry on numerous fronts. But in a way, it's rigged. That's how I look at it. Jerry knows what it takes to win. He picks coaches that he can control. And at the end of the day, those groceries aren't enough to win that Super Bowl, and he knows it. And the coaches know. But what do you have to say about that? And I'll leave you that with my friend.
No doubt, man. Let me hear you say it one more time.
How about them Cowboys?
Yo, that's my guy, Big Homage, man. I love it. Sway from the 956, you in the mix, man. Talk to me.
Hey, man, how's it going on?
Man, it's been a marathon of a show, man. This show been the longest of all Cowboy shows in the world, man. But what you got for me, bro?
Man, I'll keep it short. I usually, I was done with Eberflus week 3. I really haven't talked about it much, but, man, it's about time. I'll tell you the truth. I didn't really even watch Sunday's game. I had previous engagement. I just kind of watched, the highlights, listened to what you had to say Monday, the other shows. But, man, Eberflus, I started thinking, dude has a pattern of, one or two things. He's either stubborn or prideful or both. I mean, we've heard him say, we're gonna change it up, or we're gonna pressure, and he does it a few times, and then he goes back to what he wants the team to work with. Even if bringing pressure worked, just the full game I did watch before that one was the Minnesota game. Whatever Minnesota was doing to Dak, that's what we should have been doing to McCarthy. Is that his name? The quarterback for the Vikings?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever his name is, that's exactly what we should have been doing to him. Like, as soon as, whenever he did any kind of pressure, he threw it to the ground or he threw it over, 10 yards over the receiver's head.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what if we can see it? I don't know. I'm not a coach. I mean, I've only been watching football, but if you and I can see it, like, how is a guy that gets paid to do this doesn't see that? Like, it just that's just being stubborn. What do you think about that?
When you think about that, Sway, I think that overall the way the Cowboys, even though we talk about this at larger levels, right? But one of the things that I'm saying is that we don't have that creativity. Even to answer what Queen said about the cover 3 versus cover 2, right? It's just like that's not the skill set of that particular scheme, right? And that's not the creativity of this particular coach. And when you said to do those things, it goes against the grain of like the overall concept. And we can have hidden animosity here when you think about it, right? When I'm just start breaking down the money and the salary and all of that, that could be a total sum of things, and that's what I'm seeing here, bro.
Now, thinking about, I didn't know this that he was getting paid more than Shaddy. But I mean, does he have an agenda here? Like, man, he's pretty sure Jerry's not going to fire him. Birds of a feather. Jerry brought him in. Is he trying to get Shaddy fired? Like, what's going on? What's his angle?
I don't want to be crass, but what I can say is that when we start thinking about, all right, if you used to making $6 million, right? That was his salary over there in Chicagoland, right? He gets a pay cut. He get hired before Schottenheimer. He get paid a $4 million deal. Schottenheimer gets here. He get the nod of being the head coach. He get paid 4.5, right? Immediately, I'm thinking just from a personal aspect, I'm thinking like, dog, I'm better than this guy, right? And I'm not trying to make it like that. I'm not saying that Schottenheimer, what's his name? Eberflus is that guy that thinks that way. But naturally, man, overall, collectively, he's maybe looking at this like, that's my position, that's my job. I know more than him. I can't be teaching this kid how to be a leader and a coach when he's making a little bit more money than me. And granted, this is his time around, but it could be that. I don't know. But the way the structure is, it just seems as if, though, this team just didn't step in the right direction because that's not Schottenheimer's guy, right? Schottenheimer should have at least had a chance and opportunity to bring up somebody on his own.
Now let me say this: like, how does Caleb look now? Caleb Williams look now that Eberflus is gone. He looked. I mean, Williams just looked lost while he was under Eberflus, and now he looks like an all-pro. He looks like Joe Montana out there, bro. Coaching matters. It just shows. I mean, we know Diggs has been a diva, but but not to this point. Like, I mean, does Eberflus have anything to do with that? With, you know, rubbing Diggs the wrong way and just putting his foot down? I mean, how can he put his foot down with Diggs, but not with Murray? We all see what's going on there. I mean, Murray shouldn't be playing, but there he is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I got for you, though. Last thing I say is, man, if leadership doesn't adjust, in this case coaching, I mean, we know the outcome. So
no doubt, bro.
There's a big change. There's a big change for next year, man. Go Cowboys.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. That's a good call from Sway from the 956, man. My apologies, guys, but I got to roll. I got to make a quick cutout. As y'all can see, I'm getting extorted over here. The extortion rate is crazy. But this is a long show, and I really appreciate y'all. I thank all of y'all for tuning in and being part of this. And fellas, let me put y'all on game real quick. Dollar Shave Club just sent me their signature,
and they understand
diamond grip
cost
razor
that is involved
with the signature 6-blade series of their razor, and on top of that, they threw in a Dollar Shave Club shave butter. I'm telling you right now, I know they try to get me to shave it all off, but I'm not finna do that, by the way. But we are gonna take a look at to what this blade can do for you, and I'm telling you, precision, real good cut. When you apply the shave butter, let me get myself together. You got the shave butter, and if you have the little rough edges right here, let me show you what you need to do. Apply a little dime size on your hand, and then you put it around the edges here. Come on with it. Put it around the edges here. So what we do is we go with the grain right here. Shave all that down right there. Keep them edges looking good. And go with the grain. And with that, this precision cut is one of the best in the world. And then we go right here. Yeah, get that all up under that neck. That precision, precise cut makes everything look right. And on top of that, look at them edges there. And it smells good. And when you smell good and look good, you already know. You gonna podcast good. Let's get it. Discount offer, 25% off the first month of subscription for the first purchase with the minimum purchase of $8. Man, come on with it. So you want that pure and clean, good look, and really savvy touch? Be sure to check out Dollar Shave Club and join the series so you can get your diamond grip and you won't slip. And they have this protective alloy to have your skin smooth. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. Dollar Shave Club. Purchase now. Appreciate each and every last one of y'all with the Dollar Shave Club. Those that did purchase. Thank all of you guys for tuning in and being with this marathon show. I'm glad that you guys got a chance to release your frustrations with this team. I know that it's been a long time, but ain't nothing like it. Happy holidays to those who can't watch the show tomorrow. But we will have a show tonight. Cowboys collectively speaking, it will be me, John Machota, Foots the King, as well as Skywalker Steel, if possible. Be sure to join in and watch the Cowboys Collective tonight, and let's get things going. The show never ends. We are always looking for more and more details, more and more information. If you guys can help a brother out, do this for me. Do this for me. There's an Instagram page that I got now. It's Law Nations 2.0. The other Law Nation page will be, I think that we lost the appeal. So shout out to the haters that took me down. Shout out to them. But no one can stop the nation. We're going to continue to build. We're going to continue to grind and shine. So it'll be Laws Nations 2. So click that link there. And I'm asking a lot for you guys. I know I'm asking a lot. But if you guys can give me a follow or share, comment, whether it's good or bad, let's keep the algorithm going and let's keep the engagement up there so we can help out. I got 115 folks over there now, and I really appreciate y'all. Hey, there's no shame in my game. I ain't too proud to beg, you know. I get it. But this also shows that being independent your voice can get shut down and chopped down. But they only do that to weaken the outcome and your output. Never allow someone to change your point of view on things in life. Always continue to fight, even though you may be down. And yes, I look at it, let me pull it around so y'all can see me all the way. I look at it just like life. Have you ever noticed when blessings about to come, that's when strange things start to happening? Have you ever noticed that when you get close to the finish line, that's when it's all tired? That's when the wages of this world bestow upon you. That's when you want to throw in the towel. That's when you want to give up. But I'm telling you guys from raw, and I mean just their raw experiences of life, to continue to move forward. I know the holiday times is around here. I know that the enemy is working double time and say, Law, think of this. You can erase yourself with a gun and a bullet to the head. Law, think of this. You can drink yourself away. You lost your mama. You lost your Instagram page now. Your Cowboys are losing. You can't even enjoy the holidays. Life will throw you life challenges. But I know for sure that the God give his biggest battle to his strongest fighters. So I want y'all to continue to fight. Ride with me, even if you disagree with me, but if you're enjoying this particular moment, still ride with me, rock with me, help grow. I know we need some resistance. I know that everybody is not going to agree with what I'm saying. I know that. That's life. But like I said, that pride fighter or that prize fighter continue to swing even when he's down. Stand tall or not at all. Life lessons. I just know what not to do next time. If there's one thing a man should always do is mainly to himself stay true. Never allow someone to change your point of view unless what they bring or mean makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone, because raised voices only turn those hearts into stone. You see, in the beginning, it was brother our rivalry brother, Rover brothers. The morals of life: live, love, and respect for another. Then there are those who will try to be smart. You see, they would take the decent man to alter his heart, to seek to rip him apart. Those, man, you should never call a friend, because they bend the lies around the truth to meet their end, Cowboy Nation. One of the other things that I got to tell you guys, me being a person of the intellect and to articulate my words to a certain degree, I know my words are very powerful, and I got to sometimes withhold of saying certain things. I always remind myself sometimes. I'll never forget my guy, Boss Cowboy Sports. He would say, man, Law, they taking a shot at your success. Sometimes I can't flex because of the type of person that I am of my success, because there are some outliers and there are some people who would take some shot at my success, especially being in the conditionings of the situations that I'm in, especially walking in my own authority, especially being able to move in certain rooms and being able to have the certain access to certain things as it relates to liquidity, as it relates to remunerations, as it relates to being able to stand tall on business, to operate in the flow that I'm operating in. There's too much power for that one brother to have. There's too much influence for that one brother to have. There's too much, everybody of that leaders that become from my category. Either they've been stripped of their success, they've been assassinated, whether it's the character assassination or assassinated personally. So I got to make sure that I protect the bottom line, because there's ways and movements that I move in that I can't move the way that others move in, because they fear the voice that I have. when you're walking in the authority. Yes, you're right, Frog. Appreciate you. So I have to adhere to that. I have to understand what the Marcus Garveys went through. I have to understand what the Malcolm X and the Martin Luther Kings went through. I have to understand that I come with a different purpose with mine. If I start to speak on certain things as intellect as it relates to economic society and beyond, I have to move a certain way in a different way from protections of all. But at the end times, understand this, ladies and gentlemen. Mama said that there will be days literally just like this. And if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the things you want with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, with faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold or the poverty or the famish of fame or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the things you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of almighty Cowboy Nation, stand tall or not at all. Shout out to you all. Keep your head high all the way through the finish. Disregard the threats. Disregard the things that people try to say for man try to take you down. Just understand that when you're operating in your purpose, you don't have to ask for anything, because purpose doesn't need permission, baby. So walk in that authority and speak with your mind. Keep your head high. Continue to do the things that you know that you need to do. And one way or another, you will be able to get the things that you ask for and declare for. And understand that even in this sports realm, this is low vibrational stuff. But keep in mind, when you start speaking on high vibrational things that can change the landscape of things, there's danger, but be willing to fight for it. DC for life, not for short. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboys Nation. Let's get it. We got it. Shout out to you. Peace. And roll. Those crazy.
I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
They got mad because we fed over 1,500 families. They got mad because we impacted this society, dare I say, by letting them know that there are things that you can do to help eat right. They get mad at the things that you do positive. But there are some things that you can do negative, and they will stay up. Come on.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul.
I had someone to reach out from a higher ups, and they wanted to know, was Law Nation part of the Nation of Islam? What do that have to do with anything? And they said, well, we got to determine whether or not you're part of them in order for us to fund your organization. We don't fund Islam people. I was like, whoa. It's crazy. Religion divide us. Politics divide us. Sports maintain us. We shouldn't operate that way, ladies and gentlemen. But there's always a bigger picture at the end of the day. the only nation that I represent is Law Nation, the nation of Cowboys. Let's get it.
Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too. Count up. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Happy holidays to everybody. Appreciate y'all. Thank those who gave. Thank those who willing to give. Appreciate y'all, man. One love, DC for life, not for short. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember,
dread it, run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say,